Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsin.
Welcome to your mom's house.
It's a very exciting weekend. There's a lot to talk about. But, of course, we have some business to attend to, Gene. I'm going to be in Richmond, Virginia. First show is sold out, July 11th. We added a late show. Few tickets left for that. Virginia Beach the next day, sold out. Greensboro has a few tickets left. Asheville, North Carolina, sold out. Charleston, South Carolina, on July 15th, not sold out. Plenty of tickets. So many tickets available.
Okay.
From there, I go to Montreal, Hampton Beach.
Oh. Canada,
yep. Wilmington, Delaware, and Balls and Whores, Maryland.
Oh.
Then off to Australia. We do have to now. I have a ton of fall dates. They're all on sale. TomSegura.com/tour. Please go ahead and check those out. We do have to announce that, unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, the Momcast that we had planned July 9th, we're not able to do it that day.
Show business, guys.
It's show business. We are honoring every ticket sold at the October 8th Irvine show. So if you're in Spermvine, if you want to go to that show, we're doing the podcast live 10/8, October 8th. Your tickets that you had for July 9th are good on October 8th. If you're not available to come to that, you can get a full refund. So there's no problem with that. We're also doing the podcast live August 23rd in Breast Balls Beach. That's the West Palm Beach Improv in Florida.
Breast balls.
So make sure you check that out. Gene, anything else?
No, I'm taking a break now for a while after shooting that special.
Let's get into that after the.
I'm exhausted.
After the break here. Because there's a lot to go over with that.
I'm just doing That's Deep Bro. I'm doing Your Mom's House. So check out That's Deep Bro if you haven't already. I talk about some real life shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, wow.
Talk some shit.
Please go to yourmomshousepodcast.com, shop through the Amazon banner. Any Amazon shopping you were going to do, if you do it through our banner, it gets a little kickback to the show, and it greatly helps the show. So if you like our show and you can do it, there's a Canadian banner and a UK banner as well as the regular US banner. And it's very helpful. Here we go, Gene. You ready to start the show?
Super ready, bro.
Let's do it, Gene.
Trial of a South Florida man accused of killing his girlfriend continued today, and so far no ruling on if he'll be able to show his penis to the jury like he requested.
For more on the story, let's get to local 10's Carlos Suarez. He's been following this from Fort Lauderdale. Carlos.
This shit is big time!
Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand!
Welcome to your mom's house with Tom Segura, and
Christina Pajitsin.
welcome to your mom's house.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale.
Fart Lauderdale. The semen hole.
Yeah. Cock and Cumsino.
Cock and Cumsino in Fart Lauderdale.
I think that was one of the first cities we started to make fun of.
I know.
Because that was like the hard cock Cumsino. It was right there.
That's what it is.
The hard cock Cumsino. It was right there. Yeah. Those reporters were super attractive.
It's South Florida.
Was that why?
Yeah, of course.
Miami adjacent.
Yeah, it's attractive people, of course.
Seriously, Miami,
sexy.
Miami, LA, Jew dork titties, good-looking people.
Yeah, on the news especially.
God damn.
And this is the Latin vibe, so they gotta be sexy. I mean, you've never seen a female anchor anywhere that looks like
right,
yeah, no.
Right. No pigs allowed.
No,
not in Fort Lauderdale.
And the weather girls usually have like the low cut on down there.
Why is that, Tom?
I think the Latins demand it.
Why?
Pero porque quiero ver algo que no sé, es sexy, ¿no?
Why? What is it with the Latins and the sexy? What is that?
Miami sex culture is crazy. I remember talking to guys now who, are adults now about middle school, and they're like, yeah, we were fucking in 5th grade. And like,
it's my favorite, by the way.
Are you talking about?
Who was fucking and who?
All the kids.
Specifically, who?
Specifically, kids
Which
that were...
kind of children?
What do you mean?
Like who? All the kids, or?
That's what he was saying. That one of my friends was saying that you'd be made fun of. Like that's what you'd be teased about. Like, oh, you haven't been fucking yet? And they're like 10, 11 years old.
God.
I think, but you see the footage from Carnival in Brazil.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
Like, titties out, ass out. It's less thought of as taboo. It's not. They're just like, oh yeah, people have sex. I think it's a little
true.
hyper.
Hypersexual.
Yeah, but still, they're not making it this dangerous, scary thing.
But the irony is that they're deeply Catholic. So then you have
that is ironic.
This weird juxtaposition of like hypersexual and then hyper Catholic,
Yeah,
and they love their mothers. It's a very maternal culture.
So it's like, do you want to fuck, or do you want to fucking feel guilty,
or do you want to fuck your mom?
Do you want to fuck your mom?
And also, remember when we were in Puerto Rico?
Yeah,
my holy grail. And I felt like I was visiting the Wailing Wall. You know what I mean? For me, it was just that personal to finally go to Puerto Rico.
Of course.
Remember the towels? They would sell beach towels that were just like naked boners, just naked people on like painted.
So sexual.
Who's your owner?
Yeah.
What was that, babe?
What?
Who's your owner?
Who's your owner?
Is that pup
Who's
play?
your owner?
Yeah.
I'll learn what your ass smells like, what your cock and balls smell like.
But not sexual.
It's not sexual.
That's a not sexual
Not
example.
at all. That's not sexual, guys. It's just a bunch of guys just hanging out.
Just hanging, being real, being guys.
That's so funny. See, us Eastern Blockers were pretty sexual too, but we keep it. No, like they make out in public, like the kids, but that's because everyone lives with their parents until they're 30.
Semester abroad in Spain was a lot. You saw a lot. I mean, I was in Madrid. A lot of public teenage makeouts. A lot.
Yeah.
Like it was overwhelming. But oddly enough, like when I was in Peru, which is South America, Latin culture, very Catholic, they were much more. I think they were obviously doing things, but it wasn't a public thing. You put on a public face of a little more reserved.
Well, decorum.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Come on. Hold it together, pig.
But I mean, that's Peru, and then right over here is Brazil, and it's totally different.
Brazil
steams.
is just like, they just fuck in the streets in Brazil, right?
I don't know if they fuck in the streets, but they definitely let their asses out.
They let their asses out and their titties out everywhere, dude.
You go to South Beach and you see those titties.
Titties everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
right.
All kinds of titties.
I kind of like
Just
it.
like the gays.
Yeah.
But I like that culture. I feel comfortable in that. It makes me
I feel
laugh.
totally comfortable around all Latin cultures.
Yeah, me
It feels
too.
very familiar. I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I my own tribe makes me a little uncomfortable.
By the way, same to me. Yeah, they make me uncomfortable.
They're supposed to. Eastern Blockers, it's all about making you feel not welcome. I feel like it's uncomfortable. It's just harder. They're more hardcore.
Well, also this whole thing about showing emotion is bad. See,
Yeah, it's
the
weak.
one thing,
It's weakness.
overly emotional thing can be overwhelming. Like overly
Yeah.
emotional people, and you're like, cool. But the one thing that's nice is you always know where someone's standing. You know what I mean? Like you're not guessing when you read someone.
Yeah.
So like with what's common among like the Latin people is like when they're upset, when they're happy, when they like something, when they're excited.
Yeah.
And then this coldness thing where you go like, does the person not like me, or does the person upset? And they're like, no, that's
It's just normal.
but that's that takes a lot of getting used to because they're not giving you a clear signal.
Yeah, see, I view it the opposite because in Latin culture, sometimes they're so polite that they don't tell you. Like for me, I have to be hit over the head because I grew up that way. They just tell you like you're a fucking piece of shit, and that's how you communicate. I'm actually used to a more over the head form of communication.
Yeah,
like we were talking today, like our nanny's very Latin and like she doesn't come out sometimes. We have to kind of
see. She can't hide it. See, that's
right. She won't hide the feeling.
What she does is that she'll satisfy you.
Yeah.
But she will not 100% hide how she feels. So if you go,
that's true.
If you go, do you mind staying later today? She'll go, sure. It's so obvious at that point that she doesn't want to. So you go, do you have plans after? Well, yes.
I love her.
And you're like,
so
okay,
much.
so then do that. Don't worry. Like I can adjust my thing. You don't have to stay late. Okay.
She's so sweet. But that totally
she wouldn't go like, no, I have something to do.
Yeah, and in my family, it would be go fuck yourself. I have to do something.
Yeah.
You're intruding on my life.
Yeah.
You're ruining my life. She's so sweet. We have a housekeeper that we've had for years too. She's Cuban. Mm-hmm. And last week she was here cleaning, and there's been an evolution in her phone game.
Yeah.
Like at first, it was like occasionally she'd be on her phone, cleaning the house, like taking calls.
Which you get because you're like, oh yeah, you're doing like busy work.
You don't need to think a whole. It's busy work essentially. You have to think, but it's not focus. And then it evolved to like the Bluetooth, right? Like wasn't there no, she'd use the earpiece.
It's the earpiece. Then it evolved to like if I walked in the room, I'd never say anything. But if I walked in the room and she was on the phone, I would hear her in Spanish obviously say like, oh, I gotta go. When the implication was my employer.
El Jefe's here.
Right. So I'm going to end this nonsense right now.
Right.
Now, if I walk in the room and she's on the phone, she'll be like, yeah. So anyway, and like, and talk louder. Like this guy is fucking here. But anyway, so if later on, if you guys want to get together and like
completely disregarding
I find it highly amusing.
So do I. I had no problem with it. She does a great job. It doesn't interfere with her work.
No.
She gets to talk to her friends. Why not? But now it's evolved to she just puts them on speakerphone and then puts the phone on the counter. So now we hear both sides of the conversation in Spanish, which is fine too. It is funny though because she'll be like, "Wait, who's talking? Oh, it's our cleaning lady. She's on the phone with somebody again." And she's always like, I know. That was always her side. She'd be like, I know.
Chico, pero why?
She did. Did she say that a lot?
Oh, yeah. They have a really interesting accent, Cubans.
I like how she speaks Spanish. It's cool. I heard her one time.
If you hear her speak Spanish, you hear Nanny speak Spanish, and you hear my mom speak Spanish, and I have them say specific sentences, you will hear it just like you're hearing an American Brit and like a Scottish person.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's totally
all
different.
Dialect.
Totally different.
But they understand each other, right?
They understand it's the same language, but their accents and their slang is 100% different.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like America.
Just like the gays.
It's just like the gays.
Yeah.
What was I going to say now? I don't even remember. Thanks.
Well, how about this? We have kind of a celebratory thing going on right now. You shot your first special.
I know. I'm so exhausted and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. We didn't tell anybody, but you came.
I came up there.
And you opened for me.
I know. That was so fun.
And it was the best surprise ever to the audience. And they freaked out and people really seemed to enjoy that the jeans were one pair. And I'm so glad you came with me, Gene. I'm so thankful.
It was I was always planning on going for months. And, I was just going to be your support and, just make sure everything's going well and you have what you need. And then a few weeks ago, you were just like, I think it was you. You said like, would you open? And I was like, yeah, of course. It just never occurred to me.
We don't think about
to, offer it or anything. But it ended up being really fun.
It was super fun. And I'm so glad you were there just so that I didn't freak out day of.
Yeah.
Like I didn't freak out. I freaked out 3 months ago. When like, oh shit, there's a date now. Like there's a fucking thing. And then day of, I could sleep the night before, I was fine. But then I felt myself around 2 p.m. Like getting into hair and makeup. That's when like the terror started to kick in.
Yeah.
I was glad you were there just to have somebody to talk to that spoke my language.
I also got like such interesting perspective on the shooting day. Because it was the first time that I was really close to someone, but I'm not the one doing it, where you're seeing the day evolve, but you don't feel the pressure or
horror.
the anxiety of doing the show.
Right, the pressure on you. It's all for you, and that's the part
All on you. And then
I didn't
now
like.
I understand why
oh, no.
the managers and the producers are like, "This is great, just do your thing," because that's exactly what it felt like.
Yeah, big deal. Just
yeah,
do
like
your
when
show.
we walked over there, I was like, "Beautiful day, venue looks great. Just do your fucking show. What's your problem?"
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, what's your
And
pronoun? What's your problem?
Right,
Yeah.
pick your pronoun, get out there and be Polly and bye.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it really isn't. And at the end of the day, because we've done it for so many years, and
Yeah.
once I got up there, it was like, oh, this is my second home. But
What's your pronoun?
But
Yeah.
the obvious, it's a little overwhelming when you walk in and there's this whole thing, and
It's
there's
all for you.
It's all for you. There's many cameras. There's screens. There's producers. There's people
There's like
talking to you.
30-person crew, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is not your friend being like, "Hey, are you free this afternoon to do this thing?" Yeah.
It's a lot of money and a lot of people's livelihoods, essentially.
But here's the thing
It's so crazy.
that the reason that there is
So
anxiety
scary.
and the reason why you'll always have some form of anxiety on a shoot day is you just never know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like luckily for you, I can tell you that like, man, it's got to feel good because it went so well.
It was amazing.
And you know
So lucky.
and you know it's captured, you know? It's like
Yeah.
when you shoot these things, you could be on tour. I'll tell you, the first one I did was in Minneapolis.
I'm sorry, where?
Minneapolis.
Okay.
And I know people will say, you know, oh, are you trying to be dramatic? I promise you this. Of the 150 shows leading up to that taping in Minneapolis, that was the worst show of the 150.
What are you talking about? Your taping day was the worst show?
Of all the shows
No.
leading up to it.
No.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Like the audience was just shit?
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes, it was terrible.
And this is completely normal?
Yes.
Oh my God, which ended up being like
It ended up being a
the
huge
best
help for me.
special that everyone loves. And
But
That's so funny.
The other lesson for that for me was because it was well received by some people, you know, at home.
Yeah.
You realize that even with what I experienced, ultimately you're performing for the people at home.
Yes, it's
So
television.
There were jokes that fell so flat that I was
boy.
used to getting such a big laugh on. It was just like, it was one of those things where you're like, you know, I was like, well, this is just what it is. And,
It is, yeah.
But you had
Trial of a South Florida
Whoa.
man accused of killing his girlfriend continued
Sorry.
today, and so far no ruling on if he'll be able to show his penis to the jury. Like
I'm kind of glad that we got to see that again.
Carlos Suarez, he's been following this.
Carlos
from Fort
Suarez.
Lauderdale.
I think that's a Latin name.
Yeah, but I wanted to say that ultimately, you know, you have the best part of it, which is that people are going to enjoy it at home, but people in the audience loved it.
Yeah, it was fun. I was really, here's the thing. It took me 14 years to get here.
Amazing.
And I'm kind of glad it took that long, because I think had I done this, we were just talking about this morning, had I done this even 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have been shitting in my pants.
Yeah.
So I think it took longer, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for it, because it gave me the time to calm the fuck down and just like enjoy the day. I was actually more sad about it being over, you know, and you're like, oh, now I don't have that thing to look forward to
Right.
anymore. Like, that's kind of gone. I'll tell you guys one funny thing that happened during the taping. So, halfway through the first show, you know, they get out and they tell you guys, hey, don't get up and
Don't
take a
pull your
piss.
phones
Don't pull your
out.
phone out, because we're taping and it interferes with the cameras, blah, blah, blah. So halfway through my set, and maybe less, a quarter way, I hear whoosh. Some nasty motherfucker got up and was flushing the toilet, and you can hear it in the showroom. And I was like, I got to hold for sound. Like, I can't just tell my joke through toilet flushing. And then it ended up being like this crazy moment. And I'm like, who is shitting in the middle of my show?
So funny.
Flushing and
exchange
flushing
was
and
so
flushing. Like, it was so perfect for your mom's house, essentially, for people to be there, and
And
someone
for-
taking a shit in my show. Like,
For
what are you
comedians
doing?
too, it's also like
Asshole.
there's two ways things can go in a show. Something happens and your instinct can be to get upset. This is ruining the moment.
Right.
Or you
right.
go and try to make it funny.
Roll
and
with it.
You rolled with it.
Thank you.
And it'll be interesting to see whether you keep it in.
I don't know
because-
if I will yet.
But you'll see it in the line cut, and you'll see whether or not you want it in. But it was to experience it from where I was and to see you keep going with it was really funny.
Well, I don't know if you know this. I mean, I don't mean to be talking out of turn here, but I am the queen of improv.
Oh yeah, I don't mind you saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, your improv skills were really good there.
Well, I'm really thankful to have you there. The best part of it, seriously, was having you there and knowing that the mommies were in the audience supporting me and laughing, and that was so special. I think it's always special when it's you, me, and the mommies. I just love it.
It was awesome.
I really do love it.
It really was a fun night.
Yeah, special, very special. My cousin Julie came down.
Yeah.
She and her husband live in Washington now, so
yeah, it was
really
good
to see her too, and
yeah,
it was special, very cool. I look great. I love my outfit. My jeans were high, super tight. Are you gonna wear jeans on your next taping?
Of course, I've always worn jeans.
I know. I wear jeans under the dress that I wore.
Do you want to go back to this news thing real quick?
I would love to go back to this news thing.
So obviously you heard the clip. The jury, or they haven't decided whether the defendant can show his penis to the jury.
Yeah.
The associate medical examiner of Broward County took to the stand about an hour ago and said that in all his years of work, he has never had a single case where someone choked to death as a result of performing oral sex.
So,
now his testimony goes to the heart of the defense's case that Richard Patterson did not kill his girlfriend back in 2015. Prosecutors allege that the 65-year-old choked her to death, but he claims that she choked on his penis. The Emmy told jurors a penis would have to be large, far enough down a person's throat to block that person from breathing through their nose and mouth. He also said that it would take 2 to 3 minutes for a person to die as a result of a lack of oxygen, so that it would have been clear that a person, this woman in particular, would have been in distress.
He wants to show the jury his penis.
How big it is?
So you could be like, see how you could choke on this? You know? Here's the medical examiner.
And if she cannot breathe, she's usually start to kicking, biting, or to do something
it's my
to
tribe.
prevent this blocking of the airway, try to open this airways. It's normal reaction of any person.
So he's saying she should be flailing and biting and, flipping out because she can't breathe.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. As someone that has done this before.
Done what?
Nothing. I kissed peepees before.
Yeah.
So many before you.
Oh, God.
That you kind of know when you can't breathe. So why wouldn't you just get your mouth away from it? So he must have choked her.
Well,
he was probably pushing her head down.
What they're saying.
Lick my ass.
Yeah.
Lick my ass. Yeah. Lick it. Nasty.
It's my friend Rocco.
Yep.
All right, now the defense has asked a judge whether Patterson can show jurors his penis as part of their case.
Cool.
She has not
Let's see
ruled
it.
on whether that will be allowed to take place.
Yeah.
The medical examiner also told jurors that he could not rule on a manner of death because the body of 60-year-old Francisca Martinez was in such bad shape when it was found inside her Margate home.
Well,
Interesting.
So that means what, though? That it sat around for a long time?
In bad shape? I don't know. She's hot, though, right?
The judge there. Now, for our listeners, could you describe the defendant? I mean, they don't know. They're just listening.
He's an old-ass dad.
I mean,
he's got red skin.
All white hair.
White hair like Santa without a beard.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't even expect that this guy has a dick anymore.
Yeah.
Or that it gets hard.
That it gets big enough to choke people.
Yeah, I doubt
kill
that.
them.
He's real old,
This
dude.
is similar to the premise of Todd Shaw, a.k.a. Too Short song, Blowjob Betty.
Right.
In which he bust a nut and killed a bitch.
But that's from the nut.
I know that's from, there's a distinction, obviously. But it is similar in the premise. Where their dicks both were involved in murder.
That's interesting. What a neat point. I wish you would bring that up to the judge.
Yep.
The medical examiner is still on the stand, and the defense says that their client did not call 911 the night that he claims all of this happened because he was embarrassed about the whole thing.
So that's why he didn't call. You want to know something?
What?
Not guilty. He was found not guilty.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Not guilty. I think he choked her.
I do too, on accident with his super big pee-pee.
How could you choke yourself on someone's dick? That's stupid. He killed her.
Yep.
They should rethink that
He was
shit.
acquitted. Yep.
What the fuck? How old is this guy?
He was 65 at the time, so now he's 67.
Well, he nasty as hell.
You so nasty with your big old dick, you big old stinky dick. You know, I found
So stupid.
I finally pulled from the episode my parents were on.
Yeah.
I'd rather be retarded.
Yeah.
I'd rather be retarded.
I'd go retarded.
I go retarded.
I'd go retarded.
I'd rather be retarded.
That's interesting. And Ari picked retarded.
Yeah, he
as
sure
well.
did. Yeah. Everyone.
Yeah, I didn't realize how popular a choice that would be.
Yeah.
Personally, I would take the sexual abuse from my granddad, but because then you could just go to therapy and deal with that. But you can't treat retarded.
You can't really treat it, but some people really hate the other option, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, for my dad, it was just Asian food.
Oh, right.
That's how much. I mean, think about how much you have to hate that.
Yeah, that's just like, I love Korean barbecue and I love sushi.
Yeah, I mean,
can't even imagine.
I mean, obviously, I would just be like, yeah, Asian food forever, of course.
Yeah, all day, every day. I love Asian. That's one of my favorite cuisines of the world.
So
what could you eat every day? I know. Steak.
I do love meat, yeah.
And asparagus.
Yeah, I could eat that a lot.
You had sushi the other day and it gave you diarrhea instant. Like, you know,
I don't learn. I don't think no more.
No, you just keep eating it. The bear keeps eating and shitting everywhere.
I just.
You know, it was fun.
That's where I get my name Snake from.
Oh boy.
Because I ain't afraid of them.
I'm afraid of them. You know, it's so funny. Yesterday we flew home on Virgin.
Yeah.
And our flight attendant, her name was Debbie.
Yeah.
And it was so stupid. We were like, were you making fun of her?
Yeah.
She was really nice, though.
She was nice.
What did you say?
First, by the way, the driver to the airport was like, and you're flying Virginia Airlines?
Yeah, Virginia.
And I go, Virginia? I go, Virgin. He goes, oh, okay. Like, don't you do this drive all the time to the airport?
Who's flying Virginia Air, weirdo?
It wasn't like a little slip up. He goes, Virginia Air today?
Yeah, no, that's not even a thing,
you think
bro.
There's that many deaf people flying to Virginia from here?
So weird.
Yeah, so she was Debbie, and I was like, hey, you ever see that movie Debbie Does Dallas? And she goes, no. I go, you know what it's about? She does it. She does everybody. Are you going to do everybody on the plane? And she was like, yeah, I think so. And I go, where are you going to start? In front or the back? She was like, I got to start in the back, I guess.
That's quite a job.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if that was your job?
She apologized when we landed. She goes, I'm sorry I didn't get to do everybody. I was trying to do everyone, but I couldn't. There's not enough time.
That's a Okay, so what if that's your job? Maybe that's a good would you rather.
Oof,
that'd be nasty.
It'd be nasty. It's all, but it really is all mental. It's can you remove yourself?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's can you remove yourself from the horror of doing all these people, or can you like separate yourself? Like you're think of yourself like a kidnap victim or something, you know.
Oh my god. Would you rather be Debbie, the flight attendant who has to do the entire plane, or suck on that old guy's wiener?
Wait, and potentially die, or can I back off if I'm choking?
No, the potential for death is there.
Is there.
But you got to just suck it once versus...
But here's the thing. But people are saying out there, I know they're going, dude, obviously be her. You don't have to suck that guy's dick. But on the plane, there's 80 guys.
Yeah.
You have to suck 80 dicks.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'd suck that old guy's dick. For sure.
I would suck that old guy's dick too over doing the whole plane. You know how many nasty... Like, there were so ugly people on that plane yesterday.
He might kill you.
With his ding dong. I don't buy that. I would know when I was choking, and then I back up off of it.
Yeah, but she probably did too, and he probably held on, and that's how she died.
He's too old. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Could you imagine blowing just a random plane of people? You know how many gross people are on airplanes? There was fat ones, skinny ones, greasy ones, smelly ones. I was on a plane last week where this kid was taking a shit in first class. We reveal later it was a teenage boy. And anyway, the guy was in there for 20 minutes. The flight attendant was knocking on the door. Finally, he gets out. It's a teenage Asian kid, and he's fat. He took a big shit, and it stank so bad that the guy in front of me refused to go in and take a piss. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then this hippie kid pushed his way in front of me, and I let him go in. And he's like, what? What's going on? Why is everybody standing around? I'm like,
why are you letting me go?
You'll find out. And then he's like, I see why now.
It must have smelled terrible.
It smelled horrendous.
One time I got on a plane, and a dude shit, and when he came out, it was stuck to the inside of the toilet. No. So I hit flush, and the water just went over it. And it smelled so bad. And I told the flight attendant, she goes, oh, I got something. And she just had a spray in her purse, and just did like 20 sprays in there. I was like,
no, it's not gonna help.
Yeah, I go, it's just you're putting perfume on that shit is all you're doing, you know?
Yeah, it's not good.
So gnarly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Email. You two talk about hair removal between the cheeks and have discussed waxing. I am here to tell you a much easier and less invasive method to remove all that brown collecting fur. Nair. Yes,
I don't know.
good old-fashioned Nair. Glass that shit on up in your cheeks.
No.
while minding the more sensitive skin that is the ball sack or vulva. Within a couple minutes, wipe it off with a washcloth in the shower. It gets into every book and brown cranny and wipes away the hair without having to be humiliated by having an actual person wax your asshole. I have much experience with this and no bad reactions. I hope this has provided you with a much-needed solution to main mother Tina's version, a.k.a. excuse to not devouring your asshole, Tommy. Love you both, and Christina is the life champ.
Hey, I like that. Life champ.
That's Caroline. That's a lady right
Thanks,
there.
Caroline. Now, Caroline, I've used Nair on my legs, and it is a very volatile chemical substance.
Yeah.
It smells really bad and strong. So she's right. You got to be real careful about it touching your kibbles and bits. So if you put on your asshole, I mean, I don't know how she does it. She must have a lot of experience because that is tricky.
I'll try it.
It really will burn. You got to be careful.
Burn?
If you get it on your tender zones, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's real.
Let's hold them up for a little bit. How long do you leave it on for? A couple minutes?
Yeah, it's quite. Nair like burns the hair off. That's I think how it works. It's like a chemical burn.
I'm gonna try it.
It's pretty gnarly.
I'm gonna try it.
Hey, you got to get your teeth whitened before
I know
you do your stuff.
People keep
next.
telling me online.
They're commenting on how yellow your teeth are.
Yeah, they're like, you gotta get your teeth whitened.
You do,
All
especially if you're gonna shoot something.
Here we go. Oh yeah. This guy, when he worked at Ball Fart, they made us do a chant in our meetings.
Oh my God.
So we had those last week, and they were just
What's Ball Fart or Walmart?
Walmart, yeah. Because
God, Shibuya.
Shibuya.
I think about, it's Shibuya was so horrible that I think about it.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll be like in our closet and I'll think about
Give me a rhythm!
those poor people.
Oh,
God. Oh my God.
Follow me.
so bad.
Oh my Christ.
We are
Walmart.
We are.
So demeaning.
I know, especially for it's not a job that you love. Let's be honest.
Nobody's like a career Walmart employee. It's a stepping stone place.
He said that when they worked there.
It's the sales level, management's different.
This took place in the middle of the store in front of customers. It went like this.
God.
Give me a W.
W.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an L.
L.
Then he said squiggly. We had to go up and down shaking our butts. Give me an M.
M.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an R.
R.
Give me a T.
T.
What's that spell?
Walmart.
I can't hear you.
Walmart.
What do we want?
Save people money.
How do we do it?
So they can live better.
Why do we? Sorry. So save money, live better. Woo! Oh my God.
God.
That was my life for 2 years.
Oh my
But it
God.
did have more personality than Mommy Tina. Thanks, James.
It's rude as shit.
Travis.
Well, Travis, I liked you until that last line.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, so let's go there. Would you rather work at Walmart and have to do that every morning?
Oh, that is so depressing.
That's
or
depressing.
what? Oh my God, I would be broken spirited for sure.
Okay, so then there's this other. I've had this job before where you call people and you solicit them to buy tickets to things or to take surveys.
So would I rather
do the sales pitch,
or
I'd go retarded?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's Walmart and you do that, or you have to go door to door and get people to like save the whales or donate money to the children, but you're going door to door.
I would rather do that.
And you have to do the pitch of like, hi, ma'am, can I speak to you for just 5 minutes? Do you have a moment?
I know
talk about
it's
this
tons
thing?
of rejection.
Tons.
And yeah, it's
Tons.
awful. I can't do
So hard.
the cheering.
The cheering
I
makes
can't do
me
it.
crazy. I'd rather do the
do it.
cheering, honestly. It's so hard to go door to door and get rejected. I mean, I've done the call center stuff. That shit is hard.
No way, man.
Hi, ma'am. Could I just take 5 minutes of your time? I'm doing a survey on eggs.
Yeah.
Did you know that eggs have lower cholesterol than
You really
previously
did that
expected?
one, right?
Yeah, the egg survey was my first job when I was 14. Horrible.
Jesus.
But the fucking, you know what it is? I can't feign team spirit. That's the soul crushing part. Is like that you really give a shit about Walmart.
I know, of course.
That's the worst part. They can't think that you do.
So the top brass here are multi-billionaires. Am I right?
Right.
Hey.
How much am I making?
12 an hour. All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do I get health care? No. Oh,
No.
just the CEOs? Oh, okay.
Sweet, man.
No. Terrible.
This does sound fun. Oh my God. Christ.
Shit,
Bert Kreischer, you're a fat cunt again, mate. Bloody disgraceful, I tell ya.
Is that for Bart?
Yeah, somebody sent it in.
You know,
Bert Kreischer, You're a fat cunt again, mate. Bloody disgraceful, I tell ya.
Yeah, the word on the street, and I don't know if this is true, so I don't want to talk out of court, out of turn, whatever, but word on the street is that he's gained his weight back. Is that accurate?
It's pretty bad, yeah.
I mean, that's everyone I meet when I'm doing stand-up. They're like, Bert's fat again.
Every time I go to the store, they're like, he was here last night, and they're like, he's a whale.
Wow.
Yeah. He's super enormous. He did just post a really funny video. Did you see it?
I saw with Hulk Hogan.
With Hulk Hogan. He got Hulk Hogan in
I
it.
love Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Did you know that his wife, didn't the Hulk's wife leave him for like one of their daughter's friends, like
Something
a 20-year-old boy?
It's a crazy story.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Yeah. How would you murder me if I did that? Because they were together for a long time, Hulk and Linda, I think.
Murder you. It just sounds, and honestly, when I hear the stories, it just sounds more confusing than enraging. I'm like, wait, what? What happened? I think I'd be like, what are you doing? Like,
why? Why are you ruining our family? I don't understand. I don't know. I think that would break me. Like if we have a family together, we have like our kids are grown, and then you're like, I'm just going out with one of our daughter's friends.
Yeah.
Hope you're okay with that. Like, no.
Like
that
our
would make me
son
kill
is
myself.
in college, and he brings like people to hang out, and then I just marry one of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm marrying his friend, Carrie. She's my girlfriend now. She's my wife.
That's so
She's
horrible.
a sophomore. There's a lot of things she wants to do with her life.
What do you think? What is that marriage like? What does that have to? Could you imagine right now? And you've talked to 20-year-olds, and no offense to any 20-year-olds. I just think that 40 is significantly different than 20.
Yeah.
You're just in a different place. I'm not shitting on 20-year-olds by any means. But what do you think that's like? I mean, it's got to be torture.
I don't know.
You have nothing in common with they're essentially children.
There's other things leading up to the person doing that, though. It's not that they're like, I'm just so compelled by you. You know what I mean? There's problems and things not addressed, and then you end up there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's crazy. You'd like it though.
Why would I like it?
You'd probably marry a Dalmatian after me with all these thoughts, words, blah blah blah, 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 blah talking.
Yeah.
I bet you just want some quiet after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you get like a 20-year-old Dalmatian easy.
So that's what's next. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now?
Not now. After our son is grown and in college.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah. And then I'll get like 5 more Brussels croissant and just like be alone.
And we'll live on the same compound. We'll do one of those things.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. And like,
it'd be fine.
We have this big. It's 8 acres. The thing is that Christina and Carrie are friends. And
totally. That's such the 20-year-old new wife name. Carrie.
We made it so that the estate is appropriately adjusted. And, Christina's taken care of, but Carrie will also get to go to school eventually.
You have a college fund for your new wife.
For my new wife. She's like, when she's ready to go to school, she'll go.
She's a yoga instructor. That's always who they marry. You just teach yoga.
Here we go. How do you know you're gay if you're blind? Love the show. I wanted to reach out to you. I'm thinking about the blind and wiping
interesting.
conundrum. Wanted to ask the follow-up that's been driving me crazy. If you're blind and can see people or faces or body types only feel you can't see. Jesus, no one writes the fucking word right. How do you know if you are gay or straight if you are blind? How would you determine your sexual orientation?
Gosh, thought-provoking.
How much I needed the answer to this question. Let me know what you think.
So silly.
Travis.
But these are all things people really wonder about.
Of course.
This show is so important. We're really doing important work here. Nobody asks these questions.
I really applaud him for asking this.
I do too, and I never thought of it.
As silly as it is, I applaud you. That's really silly.
But he's right. So, like, let's say you don't. I mean, it's a very cisgender privileged question to ask.
Obviously, the question isn't like you can't ask like, what do you prefer, blondes or brunettes?
Right.
I don't know.
You can't even ask what your pronoun is because you don't know what the difference, who you're looking at.
Yeah, it's a great question.
How do you know? That's such a good point. I guess when they have sexual encounters, and they touch a vag, and they're like,
because you're
"That's
talking
gross."
to people, and people are sitting, on your lap, and you're hugging people,
and you're like, "Yucky."
Who do you get a boner with when you hug them?
There you go.
Yeah,
that's true. Do you like those dirty pillows mashed against you or not?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's a really good question.
But we didn't get any closure on the wiping question.
You just know. That's what I heard. They're like, you just know, man.
You just know. I like how you go, no, you use your hand to wipe and then you smell your hand. Like, why wouldn't you just smell the paper? Why did you go to your hand?
Because you wouldn't understand. This is like some inside blind shit that you don't know about. But I talked to some friends, and that's what it is. That's how it goes.
You're cute.
It's true.
You're lucky I love you.
Here's another email. It's official. Tina is not the water champ.
Stupid.
After episode 400,
So
it
stupid.
has been declared
So stupid.
that not only is Tom the water champ, but due to Mommy Tina's cowardice of declining the water challenge,
Oh, God.
I believe that
Okay.
Tom also needs to be declared personality champ as well. You can tell that once the challenge was suggested by Maria, Tina was legitimately upset, proceeded to insult Tom, not to mention the disrespectful comments about Tom's anus in the opening minutes of the episode.
I don't remember that.
All of which are very negative personality traits. I know I certainly wouldn't want to hang out with Christina after what was said in episode 400. I do, however, believe in second chances. In order for Mommy Tina to be a personality water champion contender, a so-called black kiss should be awarded to Tom.
Oh, jeez.
And the trip to Tahiti in exchange for a black kiss should be voided unless the black kiss is upgraded to a rusty trombone.
Oh, my God.
P.S. How do you feel about user submissions of ass rips in order to get the king out of hiding? I know you guys have tried to contact him, but haven't had much luck. I believe the only way to make him return is to instigate a fart war. God bless. Kyle, can I tell you this? I don't know about farting and submitting that. I have to tell you something. King Ass Ripper, who, as many of you know, is a staple of the show. Okay.
Oh, damn.
I like him so much, and he
Yeah.
rejects us all the time. I love him.
He's an amazing guy.
Great talent.
So a lot of you know him as a farter and a burper. I think I don't want to just put him in that box.
Right.
You know, a big thing that he also has done that we've highlighted, but maybe not as much, is he's also a glutton.
Right.
And he likes to overeat and gain weight. You're not going to believe what he looks like now.
Really?
He has really put on some weight.
Stop it.
He hasn't been putting out as many fart videos, but he's been putting out the stuffing himself videos.
Well, he's always evolving as an artist. We've never been able to just make him he's not a one-trick pony.
But you remember how he had like the little hoochie.
I do.
A little belly.
Again.
And he was like, oh, I'm having donuts. And
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
Let's
been
see
a
him.
while. You got to see him.
Oh, no.
What's gonna fucking happen is I'm gonna smash all this goddamn McDonald's.
Is that a prosthetic
Milkshakes,
belly?
Big Macs,
Oh, my
triple
God.
cheeseburgers, McNuggets, fries,
He's
fish
so
fillet
fat.
sandwiches.
Look at his face.
And then fucking I'm gonna stop at A&W and get some goddamn chili dogs.
Dude.
Ew.
By the way, mission accomplished.
Yeah, he's fat as fuck now.
Yeah, you really did it, man.
Now, it's also hard fat. It looks hard.
It's hard, but I mean, I would say he's gained from the early days. This has got to be 60, 80 pounds. I mean, this is real weight.
Oh,
Real weight, man.
what's going on with him?
I don't know. Look at that thing.
Oh, my God. He looks pregnant. He looks
And you
8
can
months
see,
pregnant.
you can see his belly at the bottom. It's
yeah.
real. It's not
Oh,
a pillow.
Oh, my God, dude. I
Look
don't
at
like it.
that.
I don't like it. There we go.
Yeah.
Back to basics, King. What? Get back to the fart vids. Look,
No, the farts are what we live for.
Yeah.
But I got to say, I know how much you wanted this, so I just wanted to
God
congratulate
damn.
him. That's really cool, man.
Also, I wanted to point something out.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a new contest evolving between the two of us.
Yeah.
Firstly, might I address that previous gentleman's email about me not wanting to compete in said water consumption contest?
Right.
I don't need to compete because I know I am the water champ.
Yeah, you said that day. I mean, it's very silly.
But I don't need to.
It's what's known as a cop-out.
It's not a cop out. You're a showboater. You're all when the lights are on and the
explain to
cameras are
me-
rolling. You're I'm hydrating. First of all, where's your water right now,
Yeah,
Tom?
okay, all
No. Really, where is it? Go
It's
ahead.
not here. It's not here.
Why is that?
Because I'm too hydrated.
Negative. You're drinking coffee, and that's negative
Right,
water. Everyone
because I
knows
need
that.
to. Because
What
I
am I
drank too much
drinking? Oh,
before.
look, I have a Fiji water right here, and this is also loaded with minerals. And
I
we
know.
learned from our water sommelier.
But see, the thing is, I had 4 of those before the show, so now I'm
And that's a
offsetting
fucking
it.
lie, bro.
it's not.
Why are you lying? You haven't even had water today.
But you
lie. You lie to them all the time. The mommies don't even know how much you lie.
Not participating.
Oh my God.
It's a good point because
You
it's like-
lie.
It's like somebody saying, "I'm better at you in basketball." let's play. And you go, I already know I'm better, so I'm not going to play
No,
you.
I'm the goddess of water consumption.
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody
though.
that's seen me perform live during my special, even I had the wherewithal to drink bottles of water. I mean, I'm just that dedicated. I don't need. Secondly, I feel like there's a new game in town, and I think I've noticed over the years.
Yeah.
I've known you for 12 years. That's how long we've been together.
Yeah.
That generally speaking, I'm more observant than you, and I notice things and details, and I read more. I'm generally more observant, and I would say that I'm the observation champ. Thank you.
That's my
Go ahead.
reply to that would be, and this is like, I would say this on a witness stand.
Right.
You are amongst the least observant people
Not
I've
true.
ever met
How
in my
so?
life.
How so?
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
Everything goes over your head.
Like what?
You don't remember who was
That's
there,
memory
what they
champ.
said.
That's a memory champ.
You don't-
That's not.
You don't think memory is involved with observations?
No, I'm saying that in a room
Okay.
of things, I know what's different immediately.
Okay.
I walk into my shrink's office every week, and I can. Oh, is that a new book? On the shelf? Well, yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're very observant.
Yeah.
I am.
Sure. Okay. Well,
I notice everything. Is your mother come with a different hairstyle? Oh my gosh,
I
look at you.
I think
You don't notice anything.
I think the idea that you're actually worked up about this, and you can tell how little I am, because like it's like you saying you're stronger than me. I'm like, okay. So I think it's cute that you'll
Cute.
Yeah, it's cute that
No.
you think this. And
Oh my gosh, I'm so observant. When
yeah,
When
you're
we
real
play
observant.
clips, I'm the one that points out the interesting minutia, the
no, you don't.
details of
No,
things.
you don't. Not only do you never do. That's 100% me. You should have the listeners weigh in on that. You are not only not observant. I would say you're oblivious. You're obtuse. You're dense.
That's a big word.
Yeah, you're not aware.
I'm
you're
not aware
present.
of stuff.
You're
That's
the
not true.
least present person.
This is not about presence. This is observant. This is noticing things, putting things
Okay.
together, making
Yeah.
connections.
No, this is
I'm
good.
very good at that.
All right, all
You're
right.
just not very observant.
Yeah, I think it would go you, then Ellis, then me. That would be the order. Jesus. It's
I notice
absolutely
things about
ridiculous.
Ellis all the time.
Okay.
Now, the one thing I can't do, and you've brought this up before, is sometimes I can't read people emotionally.
That's a big part of
But-
observations.
Right, but that's because of my upbringing, because I was raised by a mentally ill person, and I don't
Dude,
always identify
I am-
feelings properly, but I'm in therapy for it.
I'm with you all the time, and I'll say something, you're like, I didn't notice that, and I'm like, yeah, and then you go, really?
Because I can't tell feelings, and I've told, but that's because
don't
I'm in
you
therapy
think
for that.
That's part of being the observation
I think that I
You don't
noticed.
think that's a fraction of the observation champ's message?
Here's what I'm good at in observation world. No, I'm serious. I can listen to somebody talk, and then I go, "Oh, I know what their
You notice
their
a
issues are."
broad had a pair of shoes on that she didn't wear
Negative.
last time. That's it.
If we have dinner with somebody, and I'll be like, "Did you notice how he spoke to his wife this way, and that happened, that dynamic?" And you'd be like, "Oh, yeah, no." I'm like,
No,
"Because you're
that-
not observant."
That's not true.
All
That's
the
not
time,
true.
I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, did
No,
you know?"
you're lying
His
right
childhood
now.
thing is because of this and that.
You're
I
lying
can
right
can
now.
break down. Why am I lying?
While
am I
you
lying?
might be able to say that, you never say, "Did you notice that he talked?" And then I go, "No, I didn't know." I always say, "Yeah, of course I did," and this, and that. So you're
Okay.
you're trying to
But
discredit.
I bring it
my-
up first because I'm the observation champ.
Okay.
I bring it up. You just agree with me. Like,
I think
oh.
yeah, you're stronger too. I remember that. So
I'm definitely not stronger. That I will give you. I don't have a full beard, and I am not strong.
you're not.
But my vision and hearing is much better than yours as well, and my teeth are whiter. Just like your
Those
sister, I have perfect teeth and perfect vision.
3 I would give you.
Yeah.
But the vision is recent. I used to have the sharpest vision in California.
Oh, that's
and now it's deteriorated.
How bad is it now, Grandpa?
Cataracts.
Yeah, cataract.
It's bad now.
Really?
No, it's not bad, but it's. I mean, I prefer to wear the glasses when I'm reading, when I'm looking at mostly anything.
Yeah, your dad glasses.
Yeah, everything is sharper when I wear them.
Everything sharper and clearer. Your blue blockers, you got
Yeah.
those on?
Here's a review. What is this on iTunes?
The Hey Hitler's thing we can't seem to shake as a meme on this show.
God, so many people yelling at that show.
And
I
I've
had to talk about it when I opened for you.
Well, that's right. We made a list of things people were not allowed to do, and number one was don't shout "Hey Hitler." It'll interfere with the recording.
This says, "Hey Hitlers." This is a review on iTunes, which, by the way, of course, I encourage anyone that listens to the show, give us a 5-star, well-written, Jeans-tastic review.
Only a 5-star. Why go anything less?
Hey, Hitlers, you got to get your life and listen to this podcast. From high and tight jeans, dad boners, lots of stanima and glassin', they cover lots of ground, like burnt Chrysler's fat ass. The podcasting world is the belt on the media world, and this podcast is the buckle.
Yes, that was a powerful review.
That is by Nolan from Winnipeg.
And a very observant review, I might add.
I knew this was Canadian because it says Rogers. There's a screen grab of the Rogers review that he sent in.
Rogers
Cellular.
I know that. That's because they're in Canada, and I'm observant. I've been to Canada. No, I knew that. I knew that. Yes, I did.
You're Canadian. You didn't know
I was born in Windsor, Ontario.
Right. You're Canadian. That's my fucking point.
Yes. Then I knew Rogers. I did. It just took me a second. Gosh.
Very soon we'll be joined by the great Wheeler Walker Jr., the country music singer.
You're a huge
performer.
fan.
I really like his stuff. I've really enjoyed it for a while.
Now, a lot of people think you two are the same person.
I've gotten dozens of tweets, maybe hundreds, about, hey, I've never seen you two in the same room at the same time, blah, blah, blah.
That's so funny because I get the same one with Claudia Schiffer. People are like, oh my God.
And then you're like, it's not me.
It's not me, guys.
Yeah. That was one of my early crushes.
She's shorter than me.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
I haven't seen her in what made you think of her?
I don't fucking know. I was thinking of Heidi Klum, but she has those little rabbit teeth. She's got those real feminine front two rabbit teeth. That's how I wanted my veneers to look, a little more rabbity. But he did it. He did it already on these.
When my two college roommates, who you know.
Yeah.
We had a poster of her somewhere in our house, I think in the kitchen, of Heidi.
Of Heidi Klum?
Yeah, in college.
She's still rocking, man. She looks great.
Yeah, she looks amazing.
Those Germans.
Let's see here.
Claudia Schiffer. Heidi Klum.
Let's see.
Why do you think those crowds age so well?
I don't know. Here she is, I think. This set, I tried to find a recent photo.
And she looks good.
Yeah. How old is she?
Probably 50 by now.
Yeah. Oh, that's our guy.
Oh, that's him.
Right, we're gonna press pause.
Press pause, Mom.
Hey. We just jumped back in here. We stopped. Now we're rolling again. As promised, the great country music, the legend is growing, Wheeler Walker Jr. Thank you for coming.
Wow, thank you for being here.
Thank you guys so much for having me. All the podcast up till now has been fantastic. I loved every second of it.
It's actually, there's a lot of reasons we wanted to have you here. One of them, as we were discussing a moment ago, is I keep getting tweets that say, I've never seen you and Wheeler Walker in the room at the same time. And
yeah, I wanted to put that, and I've seen a lot of people Photoshop your head onto mine on the album cover.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Which is, by the way, if we were the same guy, you wouldn't need to photo. It would just be you.
Right.
That's a good point.
I've heard that I'm you. I've heard that Zach's you. I've heard that Brent Hoffman's you. I've heard all these different guys.
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm some guy, but I like to. Everyone they think I am, I like to get be on their podcast. Here we are talking. By the way, wouldn't take too much special effects to have you talking to yourself right now.
Right, and you know what they're going to point out now is that we're on different cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy.
So,
but we're not the same fucking. Let's talk over each other.
You know what?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I mean, you got to talk while I'm talking.
All right, here we go. It's different fucking guys.
But then they're going to say you just layered the audio.
Yeah, by the way, that's the easiest thing to do.
You guys do have really similar beard color patterns as well.
And our length is pretty similar right now.
Yeah. By the way, you're looking good.
Thanks, buddy.
With I did Brett's had a blast with Brett, but I love this whole Tom and
Burnt's Chrysler thing.
Yeah, I said Brett. The bird thing is really cool because I love how you guys are really like, it's real and it's
real
and it's also healthy. It's like
we lost a lot of weight. And I mean, obviously I lost more, but yeah.
Obviously you.
Does he look fatter to you? You just saw him recently. You said
burnt. She's saying.
How fat does he look?
Burnt.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I didn't size him up too much before, but just walking and seeing you, I would say you're like a healthier shape.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have, if you'd said you were big before, I wouldn't have known. Like to me, you just look like a kind of a skinny
right.
dude.
And how fat? I mean, but in relation to Tom, how much bigger does Burnt look than Tom?
Well, I don't want to get myself in trouble, but I am here right now, so I would say you look thinner. Than, you definitely.
Yeah.
It's not even close to me. I think
so.
But I think he's just got a
Bert
bigger.
Kreischer, you're a fat cunt again, mate. Bloody disgraceful, I tell ya.
One of the things I love about this is you do those, I love that, like the Stern stuff, like the old radio stuff with the
drops.
sound effect.
Yeah.
The drops.
It's fun. It's fun.
But yeah, I think he's got maybe a bigger frame. Like I feel like he's always going to kind of look like a bigger dude.
Yeah.
That
Tito's diet that he's on. See, the thing is, he tries to fight the Tito's. So
Tito's is tequila, right?
Vodka. So
Vodka.
he drinks his vodka, but then he works out, and his body perfectly reflects it. He looks like a guy that drinks a lot, but then also runs.
Yeah, you can't.
That's not a.
I found
That's a special look.
No.
I found this on the road, which is, I mean, you guys get to fly in and stay in hotels and shit.
Yeah.
And people don't believe me, but you really can't like a traveling musician. You can't party on the road. It just doesn't work. Like
how so? Just because
tell
you're
us
always
that, 'cause
moving.
The legends are that they're just fucking getting ripped every night. And
yeah, it's like you meet you get drunk. First of all, we're always leaving and going on to the next town. It's like and all my friends, of course, are you're getting laid in every town. It's like I meet a girl. What am I gonna do? Take her on the bus and then take her with me to the next city?
It's a good question. So what do you do?
I've done that, but yeah, it's not.
Stop
what do you
it.
do is you don't get laid.
Yeah, right.
And I've just found out. And I hate to admit it, it ruins my image, but I'm playing with. I can't play with a dog and talk at the same time.
It's cool. I understand. Sorry.
Bitsy.
Come on, Bitsy.
My problem is I can't have one beer. It just.
Right.
I'd much rather have no alcohol than one beer. I'd just rather be sober than one beer, because one beer I want a second.
Yeah.
I don't want to say like I'm an alcoholic or something, but one beer to me and one shot is just pointless. It's just like a little taste of like the fun you could have. But the problem about being sober is, at like a music club, is you're the only fucking sober dude in the whole place.
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at you. So
See, I'd rather just leave. I mean, personally,
I don't do anything either.
For me, having a beer isn't a problem. I like the one that I keep going down with is booze. Like if I have a vodka drink or something, then I want 2 or 3. Like that's what, so I don't even start, and I just go. I don't like hanging out late in these loud venues. I'm like an old guy.
Yeah, I don't like either.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same way, which is
But you're the pussy king too.
Yeah, how is that? Because you're a persona. I mean, from what I'm not no offense, I'm not a huge country fan per se, but we love your videos. I love them because they're so provocative and you're out there, and you kind of do come across as the pussy king.
No, he is the pussy king.
Right.
It's
That's
been
your thing.
declared. Yeah, I mean that. My thing was I wanted to kind of mark myself on this new record. It was like I said before, Elvis was the king and Michael Jackson was the king of pop. Like, what am I? There's only one left, right?
Yeah.
The pussy king. So I'll just once you start saying it, like Stern, king of all media, you just start saying I'm the pussy king.
Yeah.
And then it sticks.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah. Let's see what you got.
Here's the new record.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Oh,
this looks great.
And most importantly, digital download inside.
Look at the band sticker.
Wow.
Banned from Walmart, Target, and Best Buy.
Wow.
Which is kind of bummed me out because, our goal was to have the #1 country album in the country, but these country fans still fucking buy CDs from like Walmart and
Sure.
shit. So
That's weird.
Want to hear something fucked up?
Yeah.
My album, it's kind of hard to say no after I phrase it like that, but we had the 5th best-selling country album in America last week.
That's crazy, man.
And
congratulations.
Wow.
Thanks, man. But on the Billboard country charts, we're number 10.
Why is that?
Because they do this new fucking thing to keep the Keith Urbans of the world happy. They now incorporate like streaming and radio plays in it.
They keep that. They
have
blend that in.
They like have a weird like algorithm, and so like, because to them, and I guess it's true, which is that Keith Urban is more popular than me.
Right.
I don't see that, but
As
okay.
a general thing, but
well.
I don't like
let's
Keith Urban.
let's run through this
Yeah,
track
I like
list
the
real
tracks.
quick. Why don't
they're
I do
great.
side A and you do side
Sure,
B?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Side A of this Wheeler Walker Jr.
Thank
album,
you.
Old Wheeler. Side A has Pussy King, Fucking Around, featuring Casey Walker.
ex-wife.
Oh.
The next track is Puss in Boots. Next is Finger Up My Butt. And next is Summers in Kentucky.
This is great. And then side B, we have Drunk Sluts.
Amazing.
ain't got enough dick to go around.
True.
If my dick is up, why am I down?
Yeah.
Small town Saturday night, pictures on my phone, and then Poon to round out the album. This is amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And you guys need koozies, right?
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh
you.
fuck yeah, dude. This
Are
is
they
awesome.
koozies or cozies? Koozie? Is that what they're called?
You must.
Yeah, the
I
first
never-
album, because I remember.
This is fantastic.
I remember
Thank you.
Redneck Shit. That was a good video. Then there's I remember this. Can't fuck you off my mind. Fuck you, bitch. Eating pussy, kicking ass. Fighting, fucking, and farting. Sit on my face. Which one of you queers gonna suck my dick? These are amazing.
Better
songs.
off beaten off. You
Yeah.
missed that one.
By the
That's
way,
good
I
too.
keep getting a lot of shit recently about how I'm homophobic, which I'm starting to get pissed about. I'm like, because interviewers, will do a lot of phone interviews. Which one of you queers gonna suck my dick?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, is that homophobic? I'm like, no, it's homosexual.
Yeah, you're asking them to suck your dick.
It's like, I'm the only fucking guy in country music talking about guys blowing me.
Yeah.
That's
Getting
true.
so drunk that a dude. What I'm trying to do is obviously piss off Nashville, and I just really get off on pissing people off.
I want to ask you this because I didn't grow up really in the country, but I did for a while live in Florida, and it started to get it's just part of the culture. Started to get into it more, and so actually I went to a Clint Black concert. I started to hear Hank Williams Jr. stuff like that was.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, so I started to hear some of the music. There's a lot of like nice bullshit.
I hate the nice
especially in
bullshit.
in the country culture.
Ugh.
And you're one of the guys who's actually being like a little more like it's not all fucking hugs and kisses, man. Like you're kind of talking
some shit.
Yeah, you're talking.
That was
some
kind of
shit.
the point, and what used to piss me off is because I know a lot of these guys, and then they'll press cut on the album, and they'll be like, "Man, I got some fucking pussy last night." But I'm like, why are you saving the interesting shit for
Right.
record that? Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got to pay for your butler and private planes and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know they can't play that shit on the radio, but it's like, wouldn't it be nice if someone, because the biggest genre in the world right now, in America, I'm sure by far is hip hop, because those guys, and that stuff's hard X.
And it's all like, and it's all controversial, and it's also like beefs and like wanting to fight, and like you talk shit about some of the other guys, even though.
Yeah, one guy that I talked shit about on that song Poon actually texted me the other day saying that he was honored.
Really?
So I thought that was cool.
Can we say who it is or no?
Yeah, I'll say it. It's this guy Jake Owen, who's kind of a big country star.
We went to high school in the same city.
No way.
In
Yeah.
Vero Beach, yeah.
So I always like it when if
he said he was honored.
I mean, to fans, they'll probably be pissed to know that like the guy even has my number. But I met him and he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy, and like in my head, all I did. Poon is just a song where I just kind of rip on all the, and I took the iTunes country charts from that day that I was in the studio, and I just made them all rhyme.
You're
So it was-
really fucking talented at this, man.
Yeah.
At writing.
Can I ask you this though? Because I know you were just talking about how country stars, you're expected to be super nice all the time and really accommodating to the fans. Like Garth Brooks, we follow him on social media.
the
And
worst, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's fantastic
and
at all.
that gets me in trouble a lot too, which is I fucking hate Garth Brooks.
I hate him too.
And I think his music is,
it is shit.
And I could go on for an hour, but I think he's part of the reason country music got shitty. Yeah, because he was the first guy who kind of went pop.
Yeah,
and kind of took the country
But
out
all
of it.
this like,
and he panders so much, and it's so fake. I find him to be very disingenuous.
You see those G alerts?
G alert.
G alerts.
What's that?
He'll have on Twitter. It's like a flashing letter G alert, and then you'll see him in his fucking, his mansion. Like, it's a G alert. He's like, I don't know if I can tell you guys. It's like some top secret thing. So you're like waiting for like what this big news, like he's retiring or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the G alert is that he's playing Atlanta.
That's what I was just saying. Like, because I follow him on Instagram, and he'll be like, "Big news, big surprise. Swipe up to see it. Swipe up to see it." And then you look, and he's like, "I'm coming to Bossier City," and you're like, "That's the surprise, asshole.
that's not
You were
a
gonna go there
surprise.
anyways. It's
Yeah.
not breaking news."
He's always in Studio G.
Yeah.
And then like
Studio
Yeah,
G.
Studio G is where they do the G alert.
And he'll also refer to himself as G.
As G. It's so
Like
narcissistic.
when they're singing Happy Birthday, he's like, Happy Birthday to G. And he says it to himself and calls himself G. You're like, dude, you fucking
And that's why I get pissed, because that ain't the truth. Because I don't know this much about I don't know the man, but he was married. He does a duet
To Trish.
No, he's married before, but then
Married before.
but then does a duet with Trisha Yearwood. Now he's married to Trisha Yearwood. So there's obviously a lot of shit he ain't singing about, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Sing
what's
about
up.
that's the song we want to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it's like country music used to be about the truth, and now it's just a bunch of bullshit.
And
I
he's
totally
big
get
phony.
like
Big
you know,
phony.
you have like when you sell tickets at any level, you know, you sell tickets because people want to see you. You have fans, and I get it that like you know you're gonna be obviously you're appreciative. You want to be nice to your fans. You want to say, but the level of like, it just seems disingenuous to be like, hi. Yeah, I'm so overwhelmed
and giving shout outs to every single person that
like,
follows him on Twitter, like bro.
Yeah, how can you be? Sorry, it's something I do on podcasts a lot, interrupting people, and I gotta stop doing it.
No, it's all good. We're good. It's
well, you cut out that part. I interrupted Christina. It was really embarrassing. But what I was gonna say was I had a.
We're now on Facebook. I really wasn't sure about
that's
this
a G-alert.
And a friend of mine said something that just made all kinds of sense. She said, think of it more as a conversation.
I'm going to throw up in my mouth.
I like that. But I'm already finding out on my own. So it's wiping the walls out between you and me. And I really like that.
That's like a gay video. Yeah, like he's trying to meet a dude on the internet.
Yeah, it is like a gay video.
Well, I am.
It allows us into each other's worlds, or I guess in my case, the hotel room. When I think about things I want to post cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff. But most of the stuff I'm going to post is going to be raw stuff like this.
That's not raw.
That's not raw.
No,
It's
not
just
at all.
who I am.
He's wearing his own merch.
So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin.
Oh, it's so contrived, and there's no naturalness to that
It
at
looks
all.
like your uncle trying out social media.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly how it comes across.
Now, Dolly Parton is famous for being super fan friendly. Like, I know that she lets people like sleep on her front lawn, or I've heard
Or on the
weird
ground
stuff.
or something.
She's got
right?
Dollywood out.
Yeah.
Outside of Nashville.
Now, do you let people do that to you? Do you let people sleep out on your lawn? Like how?
Fuck no. See, my thing is I have a This is why I think
But that might make you unpopular in the country world.
I think what people dig about me is like if you look at my comments, it's all kind of like the Tom and Bert thing. It was just like it was a lot of people just you're fucking fat, you fuck you. So like, all my comments are just fans like announce a tour and they're like, you're not playing my city, fuck you. And it's a bunch of all my fans telling me to go fuck myself, which I kind of appreciate. Which is so that I'll go onto Twitter and just be like, this. If you tweet me your city one more time, I ain't coming to it ever.
Wow.
And so, because I'm just sick of them just being like, they don't know how tours work. It's not like Axl doesn't go through his Twitter and see where the fans want to play and then pick dates.
Yeah, I mean, I keep explaining too that that for at least for us, like you know, a promoter approaches me with a routing, and you either accept it or you don't,
and it's predetermined.
Yeah.
Well, me more than you, I would bet, because I got the band, I got the whole crew, and we're routing. It's like Toronto's not on the way between Nashville and Chattanooga. We can't just go up to fucking.
And they're like, "Well, add it, bitch." And
yeah, exactly.
Like, all right.
There's a guy who on my Facebook, and tell me if you guys have found. Facebook is by far the meanest. I don't know why.
I think also that those whatever is commented sits there, right? Like Twitter kind of goes away.
Well, I think maybe Facebook are people who haven't moved on to the other things, and they're still maybe they're just bitter that they're still. But there's a guy who's just says, who's from England, just says, "Come to the UK, you fucking loser," and he's the first post. He's the first guy to comment on everything. Every
time you post. Yeah.
So it's just like, "Come to the UK, you fucking loser." It's like plane tickets to England for fucking 6 dudes to get over. Like,
yeah.
Do I have an audience there? I don't know. I mean, no one.
Have you gotten the? Well, how much would it cost to book you? So you're supposed to be like, oh, $100. Like people sometimes will be like, how much does it cost?
I'll get a lot of those.
Just
how much does it cost for you to play my bachelor party? I'm like, talk to my fucking people. I don't know. I
don't negotiate that.
And they're always, like, jokingly, but it doesn't come off as it's like you can fuck my sister while you're there.
Cool.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, then I'll take $2,000 off the.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Now this is probably an obvious question, but did you fuck her on the back of the?
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Did you hook up?
No, those were all. I wanted to. I mean, those were all Nashville models who were cool, but the inside. Well, you can see better in the CD.
Yeah.
There's a poster that comes with a poster.
Oh,
actually,
cool.
Open it up. There's a Pussy King poster. So we had these girls spell WW Junior with their legs.
Wow.
And a couple of the girls complained that we showed their face.
They did complain?
Yeah, but I think they only wanted to show the crotch and their legs.
Sure. Now, do you get any pushback from the religious communities? Because country music, I mean, we're talking that's a Bible Belt.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that anything I'm doing is is pussy anti-religion. Like, I guess to some people.
Wow.
Well,
I see what you're saying.
It's risque. I mean.
Yeah, no, I do get. I mean, if you were to go to my iTunes page, it's like.
Oh wow.
It's 5-star. It's.
Wow.
It's 100 and.
Yeah. Oh, you got the big one.
Here's a
there.
big one if you guys want to take a look at that. Yeah. That's really
CWW Junior.
Yeah. That's great.
Looks good.
And
these girls were like, you can see my face.
Yeah. See, I can see how that's offensive to women, but to me, it wasn't. This is where I get in trouble because to me, I understand how that's misogynistic just because I'm just using them as letters. But to me, it's just like I thought it'd be cool to have them spell out my name. I wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting too is that in this day and age in feminism, a lot of women are saying that this is empowerment, right? Like I can be like a hot chick and don't call me a slut. Like I can put my.
Well, that
labia
girl
in.
actually Instagram. She's like. Her picture, she's like, she said, I worked hard for this, but it's really cool to see it. And she was excited about it.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of women see it, they flip it. I don't know if I agree with it
By
necessarily.
the way, maybe I just don't buy enough anymore, but I love that you can read lyrics.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah,
I miss that.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that, I spent that much time on the artwork that no one's going to see. That's why I like to bring it.
No, it's awesome, man.
You know what I like, too? The attention to the pussy details. If you look, there's a lot of camel toe, and then you can actually see, like, some vag.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, look at her lips right here.
Yeah, you can see.
Oh, I didn't even fucking notice it.
But what about right here?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Look at the last one's
You can
lips.
see the vagine.
Hold on, let me look at this.
It's really
again.
cool.
Yeah, look at the last two. You can see. She just got drilled
one
that
girl,
morning.
One of the girls, her boob was popping out. We had to fix it in Photoshop. I thought.
Oof. You didn't get a
no,
finger
because
up the
I don't. No, these girls. I don't know how they found 5 girls in Nashville who didn't know who the fuck I was, but I've never seen 5 girls that less interested in me than those girls.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean,
how can that be though?
I don't know. I was like,
what's it like being a country? Like, what's it like being a musician? And I know you're going to be honest about it. Where you're going to shows, people are there to see you. You're singing songs they're excited about, and then you're meeting the girls out. I mean, they must go nuts, right?
Yeah, well, it's kind of what I sing about on the new record. The new one's called Old Wheeler, just because I feel like an old man and like. Why are you laughing? Was that too obvious of a plug?
No, it's such a old. It's just I don't. I'm not the country world is. I'm from LA.
You're from LA.
I grew up here. I'm just.
For me, it's funny because
silly.
I've just been around the South so much and spent so much time.
Okay.
I mean, I lived in Florida and Carolina. It's just like there's old. It's just funny.
Yeah, well, there's. I'm a huge Waylon Jennings fan, and there's a Waylon album called Old Waylon, so I'm just like
playing off of that. Yeah.
All the old like really the album was just about my last year on it was like, and I was talking about it before. I feel like I'm just getting gray in my beard, and like you're meeting these girls who are Snapchat, Instagramming you naked pics on the DM, and like I just don't know that, like trying to figure out that, like I feel like I'm a man out of time almost, you know, like. I've considered myself, although you wouldn't tell it by the Pussy King poster, like an old style Southern gentleman, as much as a guy who sings Pussy King can say that. And then it's like, you meet a girl and she'll just fucking text you or twat. It's like,
that's crazy.
So
it's
weird.
It's like so weird for me, like, because I'm at the age of when seeing a naked girl in a Playboy was the biggest fucking deal you could think of.
I'm the same, yeah.
And now girls will send you like basically, I don't know, like OBGYN fucking video.
But then they expect you to send your dick pic too.
And I
right?
won't do it. Yeah.
Why not? You won't.
Because I don't want it to.
That's
be.
just, dude. It's never happened to me. No one's ever texted me, pussy pictures or anything. But I always think that like if I were on the market
gross.
these days, one thing I would never do is text my dick.
Hell
picture to
no.
anyone.
Yeah, because all my buddies are like, well, you don't put your face in it, then it's fine. It's like that doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
If a picture also, I'm a grower, not a shower, as they say.
Yeah, sure.
Because I know Ari was in here before last week, and you said he had enormous balls. I also feel like I'm a grower with my balls too. Depending,
your balls grow. Yeah.
I mean, they don't actually grow, but they, you could find me on the wrong day, and it'll look like a fucking baby.
Yeah, I'm that too. And then but like his balls were so big.
But you've got really nice balls.
Yeah,
you're
always
yours are
saying
exemplary.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but dick wise, it's like last week I did a trim, you know, on the hair, and it was just like it'd been a few days, and you're like, "Whoa, your hog looks different today."
Yeah,
but
I noticed.
The operative thing is it looked different that day. It's not like that every day.
Well, I mean, like, my new thing is getting ready for this tour we got coming up. I've been like exercising and running. Like when I run, my dick's like this. People can't see on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm holding two fingers very close. When I run, my dick fucking shrivels up.
Yeah.
So, but then someone wants a dick pic. I don't want to sit there for 10 hours getting ready and jacking off and like to look awesome.
Yeah. I do the same
also want to
thing.
see. I also want to see the tits and the pussy too.
Sure.
So wait, do you have? Is there anyone that you're dating or any?
Yeah,
nobody?
I'm seeing somebody right now in Nashville who do you know this podcast? And it's been a problem of mine, and I'm super hyper focused on right now because a guy the other day tweeted me that I can't finish I was on Rogan, I didn't finish one complete sentence, and now it's in my head, so I'm talking all over the place. But I was on this podcast called Guys We Fucked. Do you know that podcast?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. It's popular. It's very popular.
Yeah, I did some promo in New York, and they had emailed my people last year. They wanted to use some of my songs in their podcast. I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Like next time you're in New York, just come do the podcast. And it's just it's a really cool podcast where these two girls just talk like kind of nasty, sex talk
about their real experiences or whatever.
Yeah, which is almost like what guys do all the time, but they do it, and it's really cool. I think
empowering.
To me, that's empowering. Talking about they call it the anti-slut shaming
really like that.
podcast, and I went on it and I told a bunch of details. And my lady friend was none too happy about that.
Sure.
And so to keep her from it, I said, I referred to her as a girl I used to see.
Oh boy.
So, which I thought was helping the situation.
Right.
Because
so it's like an old story.
Yes. Yeah. So if people saw me out in Nashville with this girl, they wouldn't be like, "Oh, I heard you talking about fuck stories with her."
Yeah.
I thought I was protecting her, and it actually was a double whammy. Number one, I was talking explicit shit about her.
Yeah.
And also, two, I was saying on a podcast that I wasn't seeing her anymore.
Oh, right.
Oh dear.
Right.
So so I'm trying to watch what I say now on podcasts.
No, that's all good, man. I think you did it. You had the good intention.
Well, also too, you get those. You forget how big these fucking podcasts. Like, the reason and not to be rude to her, but I was just like, there's no way she's ever. I mean, there's 8 million podcasts. Why would she listen to this one? And it makes sense that
she did.
She's smart and she likes hearing.
Well,
girls
plus
talk
you were on a podcast with like I don't know what those girls look like, but they're probably like two hot chicks, right?
Yeah.
Talking about banging dudes. So of course your lady's gonna be like, what?
So you were saying you would listen if I was?
Oh yeah, I'd be like, first of all, you're not doing that show, and then secondly, what'd you talk about with those sluts? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure they're lovely. I don't even know them.
Are they comics?
I think so. Yeah. But yeah, you should. I don't want to plug. I'd rather plug my album than their podcast.
Yeah.
But
Can we play some songs off of his new album? Is that allowed?
If you want to, here's one thing, which is why I'm who I am, is my independence, which is whether you want to play it or not. Just to let you know, I own my masters. I own my song. Like it was an important thing for me to own everything. So like, if some kind of shitty burger company wants to use my, Carl's Jr. wants to play "Fuck You, Bitch" while Paris Hilton eats a burger. I can say no. Like I literally own it. Like I can. So and I've had this before too. Friends want to use it for a thing here or there, and I just say, go, if I know they don't have money, if it's just like a podcast, I'll just say.
So it won't get flagged if we play it on something.
It might get. What's happened, and it happened with Rogan before, which is it gets flagged because of the distribution company, but the flagging, it doesn't matter that it's flagged because it comes back around to me, and I say.
Oh, let it go.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I mean, you have a new album out. It's doing really well, and the tour is going to kick off soon.
Yeah. When will this come out?
This comes out in a day or two.
Yeah. Okay, so probably a couple weeks from now. And I meant to text my manager to see what markets. It's weird to.
Is there a site to buy tickets, though?
Yeah, my website.
Which is?
WheelerWalkerJr.com.
There you go.
And then probably /tour, I think, for the tour.
Yeah.
Dates.
These guys know how to find.
Well, they don't really, because they tweet me, "Where are you playing on this tour?"
Oh no, that shit's ridiculous.
Yeah,
and I also get this. We'll plug that I'm in, whatever, going to Philly. And then the tweet comes in. Are you in Philly now? And I go, yeah. Shows tonight? Yes. Where? I'm like, dude.
Oh, dude, I'll
it's
get
a
that.
Website.
It's like, what time's the opener go on?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
What time you go on? It's like I don't want. Not only do I not like how fucking lazy are you, but like also I want you to see the opening.
Google it, dude.
Yeah, and I know it's like just fucking come on, look it up. Now wait, is there a real problem with you and Georgia Florida line?
No, well,
Georgia line. I don't know the name.
I went after
the country group.
Here's the big.
They're massive, right?
Let me
They're
just
massive.
for someone. I like having Christina here because she's someone who doesn't know this world, so I can just explain it really simply. Country music used to be really fucking good, and then it became white people pop music, like the stuff that comes. If after this, like if Tom played you Florida Georgia Line, you would and told you that was a hit country song, your mind would be fucking blown because it was like it doesn't sound. It's New Kids on the Block,
right?
Really?
And that's like that'd be like a #1 country song.
Yeah, it's just pop crap, which is kind of. Someone described the other day. Because people are trying to. It's a big argument, which I don't really give that much of a shit about. But what is country music these days? And one of my friends, her definition, which a friend told her, was just country music is now defined as just whatever white people are listening to.
Not a bad.
It's not a bad description, which is they're actually taking because the old cliche about like whatever's cool in New York or LA is like gets to the South 10 years later,
right?
And it's true in music too, which is like a lot of these beats and a lot of those sound like it's kind of like hip hop from like 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah,
it's like it sounds like fucking MC Hammer or Milli Vanilli.
yeah,
and it's fucking garbage.
It's terrible.
And so my thing was I'm gonna play real country music, and since I'm playing real country, no one's gonna fucking play it anyway because they don't want real country. So I may as well not censor because everyone would want to sing dirty if they could.
Sure. Well, who do you hate the most in country music right now? Who's the worst?
It's not really hate, but the worst artists are definitely Florida Georgia Line. There's this guy Sam Hunt, who and I'm trying to get my words together because all these people, by the way, now that I'm on the charts, they don't come after me, but they're people. Can you knock it off a little?
Really, they'll reach out about that.
I've had a couple people reach out. None of either of these guys, but I've met these people. The problem is not a problem, but they're not bad people. You meet them, they're like.
Nice people.
Like you probably have friends who are comics who are like super nice guys who aren't fucking funny.
Right.
But what do you do? But
yeah. No, Ari was just here last week.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But and I'm doing his thing because I'm in town for the next week. I'm doing the Punch Drunk thing tomorrow. What's that?
Oh, that's a sports podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
fun. They're good guys.
That'll be fun. Yeah. And I'm doing To Kill Tony tonight.
That's really fun.
Is that
fun?
really
fun.
Yeah, I've really found, and that's why I love doing this stuff is because radio's pretty much banned me.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a big fuck you to just fuck you, fuck this mainstream.
I'll tell you,
shit.
with a lot of the podcasts like we're talking about, you're reaching more people too.
Well, that's the thing too. Is and we talked about it before. I actually talked about it on Rogan, which is, and I've got the numbers to prove it. Rogan's bigger than SNL if you're a musician.
For sure.
Like people don't understand. Like I'm going through the back door.
Yeah.
Because when we put it out, I was like, "Fuck, I can't get on the radio," and they won't even have me on the radio to interview me without even play or bleep it out. I'm just banned.
Yeah, but nobody even listens to terrestrial radio anymore. It's done.
Some do. I mean, some
small
market, some genres still have.
Country is a big
country
one.
has a big.
Oh right.
Country's a lot of people who
different.
who have cassette players in their fucking cars.
It's true.
And listen to radio and go to Walmart to buy a CD.
Wait, do you have any relationship with Toby Keith?
No, but I heard a rumor that he wanted me to open a show, but I didn't. I don't know if it ever panned out.
Really? That'd be.
I mean, I know it didn't pan out
sick.
but I don't know if it.
Can you imagine? Like, I'm sure his draw is unreal.
Yeah.
For you to go out there and do the Pussy King. Like,
I'd love to do it, but I think that's the other problem too. Is we couldn't really tour until I could headline because no one would have me. No, I can't open for anybody because a lot of these country, like
families,
Toby Keith. It'd be parents and the two little girls or something. I can't sing.
Now, doesn't Toby Keith have a rib place?
He has a restaurant.
It's like Toby Keith, I love these ribs or something.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious because I remember doing like military
it's like
tours.
Toby Keith's red, white, and blue. I love these ribs barbecue.
That's so weird.
He had an album called Shock and Y'all.
Yeah.
The Florida Georgia Line just opened up a restaurant in Nashville, which is I can only imagine. I mean, if their food's twice as good as their music, it's still shit.
Now, will you be opening a Pussy King restaurant?
And we're doing a Pussy King. I actually just reached out to these guys who make pocket pussies to see if they wanted to make a special wheel.
Wait, so can I pull up the video then?
Great.
I can play that.
You can play it.
Hold on, because that video is really great.
So you're gonna do a pocket pussy, but nothing for a restaurant or food?
No, I ain't got that kind of cash yet. I got.
Right.
I mean, once I can, yeah. I mean, we're doing
the Vivo one. Is that the one to play?
Yeah. Which song? Which one are you talking about?
Pussy King.
Yeah.
Like, is that hold on, I'll show you. Is it better to play this one on your Vivo channel?
Yeah, that's the real one.
That's the real one. Okay.
Yeah.
You're really kind of an outlaw of country music.
I mean, this video is great.
Yeah, it's really fun.
The song is great.
I love it.
It's weird. Some of the vocals aren't coming through.
Really? Might be audio.
A girl in Memphis and one in Baton Rouge. Dietitian in Austin who thinks that my dick is better than food. Twins in Oakland, one watches 1 pound away. Trainer in Bakersfield keeps her legs open for me, just in case. Got an Asian girl, her pussy's inside out. Catholic virgin thinks anal doesn't count. Dental assistant in cleaning my dick still. Tastes like her man, yeah. All the panties drop down whenever I sing. I'm a country legend, I'm the pussy king. I can steal your lady like it ain't no thing. Honky-tonk hero, I'm the pussy king.
So you could get into this kind of...
I like it.
See?
I like because it's honest.
Yeah.
It's real. I don't like bullshit. That's why I don't like Garth.
When I was on the road, I was like, girls after me all the time. I'm like, maybe I am the pussy king,
Yeah.
Now, do you get a lot of pushback from the women's groups and stuff?
Not. Well, the smart women kind of get it and the fun of it. But yes, I do.
She's gonna be a lot meaner next year when his daughter's gonna turn 18.
I bet your show is fun, man. I'd like to see this live.
Yeah, me too.
We did the Troubadour a few weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Girl in Nashville breaks into my place to wipe my Gibson on her foot.
The guy who did this video his name is Cameron Crowe, but not that one.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Yeah. I think he doesn't have an E.
It's a great video, man.
He did a great job with that.
I steal your lady like it ain't no thing. Honky-tonk hero, I'm the pussy king.
Really, really great graphics.
Yeah.
It's like Rogan there.
Yeah. I love that.
He's a great singer. I like that. Frank Christie.
Yeah, it's badass, man.
Wow.
The best way I would describe it is that it just feels like a throwback to real country music.
Well, that was this song especially, which is I was hearing all that, like I said, kind of shitty white boy rap on the radio. I'm like, let's do the old kind of like Jerry Reed kind of country funk shit.
So did you grow up in Nashville?
I grew up in Kentucky, but my mom and all my family's from Nashville. So it's really strange right now, which is, I don't know if you guys know, but Nashville's like the hippest city in the world.
It is cool. We've been there.
So
I like it.
My last, as a kid, I knew it as a kid when it was like a fucking ghost town.
Yeah.
And now it's, the rent's fucking crazy. It's like, since I've been a kid, it's become this like super hip place and I can barely afford to live there.
I got a buddy there.
I can't believe, I'm sorry, I'm still blown away that you're not getting laid every night. I mean,
at the shows, you mean? Well, I do okay. The secret is, I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day just about this, is the secret is to party between tours.
Yeah.
So going around it's easier. I can meet girls in Nashville going out to bars and stuff.
Right.
It's like, why meet one in fucking Boise when it's just some random girl who's like...
You got to get through that tour, which is also work. You got to have...
stamina.
To get through it.
I need more stamina. Because the last tour, I went a little too crazy and not a joke. I put myself in the hospital.
For real?
Yeah. The tour ended and I was... And what happened was, the tour ended in L.A. and it's kind of a secret, but I don't really give a shit anymore, which is we're doing a TV special.
Mm-hmm.
And tour ended in L.A. and I had some meetings about this Wheeler Walker Jr. TV special. And we were in this big fancy Hollywood building, or wherever it was, Beverly Hills. And the tour ended the night before, and I barfed on myself in the fucking meeting with all these suits there. And almost lost the show because I think they thought I was on heroin or drugs or some shit.
Whoa.
But I was really just exhausted from I went too hard on the tour.
I'm with you, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it was because it was really. So what happened was I called my family and just like, I'm sick, so maybe leave me alone for a couple of days. And I went back to the hotel, and 48 hours later, or no, it was 24 hours later, I heard banging on the door, and they were about to break down the door. They had the tour manager come over, and they hadn't heard from me what happened was I passed out. I was so exhausted from the tour, and I was so sick. I didn't wake up for 24 hours. They were about to bust down the hotel. I had the thing locked. They were about to bust down the hotel room door, and then they had to take me to the hospital and like put the IVs in and all the shit.
Oh my God!
I haven't had it like that, but I would say even without partying, because I'm not a big party guy, I've had a tour where, it was a different city every night, 4 or 5 nights a week, 3 weeks in a row, 1 week off, then back to 3 weeks in a row, and at the end of like the third month of that, I just fully broke down and got like really sick.
And I think too, from my friends I'm talking about, I think there was, although I don't want to admit it, was probably a mental capacity, part of it too, which was just like emotionally and physically, just everything was just drained, and like they filled me up with fluids at the emergency room, and I guess it helped, but it took 2 weeks for me to really kind of be.
Yeah, touring actually, most people, and I was one of these people, whenever you heard about like big stars,
it sounded like
you're like that
heaven.
sounds like some.
Yeah.
You're like that sounds like bullshit. Like they suffering from exhaustion, and then if you actually tour, it's the one thing that when you see it on the news with somebody, you start to have empathy for. You're like, oh yeah, that person, I believe that. Like they're actually really sick.
Then you hear about those fuckers, like let's say Garth Brooks, for example, who I heard, and I can't say this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Someone told me he has that Vegas residency, and he wants but he wants to sleep at home. So he walks out of the gig and gets on a private plane, and they fly him back to wherever he lives.
Oklahoma.
He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
He has. There's artists at that level now, which fair to say I'm pretty fucking far from that.
Yeah.
Who do tours where they just sleep in their own place every night.
But that would be great.
They walk out the back of the arena.
If you're that rich, yeah.
Why not?
Seinfeld had that thing where, so he got an offer. He was in an interview saying this. He got an offer to do a private gig in the Bahamas, but for like a super wealthy people, but for like 10 people. And so the what he required was, obviously extraordinary amount of money. He would not mingle pre-show.
That's imperative.
Flew in. He's like, it has to be set up like this. They introduced him. He came in, he did the show, walked out, and flew back from the Bahamas to New York.
For 10 people.
Yeah. But it was for, probably 7-figured or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only, sometimes those are the, like, I'll get it like a bachelor party or some weird private party that'll pay for the rest of the tour.
Yeah.
So touring is so fucking, with a band,
I bet you at a bachelor party would probably be a really fun.
Yeah, you'd be a great actor.
But we actually, not to act too diva, but we do have to have my people tell him, like, he ain't going to the titty bar with you afterward.
Right,
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to hang out with you all night.
Yeah. You're not buying my friendship.
Right.
Because that's too expensive.
Sirius XM. We're live inside Studio G.
Where's the G hat?
Now to catch
Such a douchebag.
Welcome to Inside Studio G, where music is first here, and
he's acting like he's not a billionaire.
Really cool,
right?
Because what I was going to say before was, so when I had the first record, and I was kind of shopping around. I did meet at Capitol Records. I didn't take nothing against them, but it would have been the completely wrong place to do it because they don't know how to market it. They their thing is go to radio, go to MTV, all the shit that I couldn't do. Yeah. But it was nice of them to meet with me, nice dudes. But I was in the lobby. In the lobby, they had every Capitol album that had gone. You know what Diamond is? Diamond, Platinum is 1 million copies.
Right.
And Diamond, they have this new thing called Diamond, which is 10 million.
10 million.
Damn.
So they had a plaque of every Diamond album that Capitol had ever put out, which was. It literally was. It was like Dark Side of the Moon, and then every Beatles album, and pretty much every Garth Brooks album.
Wow.
And then you think about the Beatles, which is like back in the old days, and there's 4 of them. It's Garth Brooks. It's just fucking him, and he had like fucking 10 of these.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, this guy's got more. He played Rupp Arena, which is a big arena where my hometown. That's 23,000. He played 2 sold-out shows there in one night.
Dude.
Jesus.
Okay, earlier this year, I did a gig in Edmonton. At a theater. I was there the same week as him, and he was doing wherever the Oilers play, which is like
Jeez.
about 20,000. He did 9.
Oh my God. That's
9
crazy.
sold out. I think it's Rogers Arena or something. Pretty crazy.
But that's the thing is that if you're that popular, you've got to be so detached from
Well, that's the thing is,
reality.
I think he's proving here that he's detached.
Yeah, but he's trying. That's the thing. He's trying
to be a
show
person.
you that I'm not.
But he's
detached.
also, don't forget, he's actually not. I mean, he still sells tickets like a motherfucker, but
Yeah.
he's also not adapting well to this new world. You know, his shit's not on iTunes. It's not on Spotify.
What? Why?
He thinks it's a ripoff, and he
It's
thinks
a ripoff to them?
to him. No,
To him. Oh.
I mean, I don't know what the specific things are. He's like, he wanted iTunes, is what I heard, was he wanted iTunes to not have the ability. He's like, their albums, their pieces of work.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't. I don't want you to be able to sell single tracks.
Oh.
iTunes is like. That's
But
what-
couldn't he do like album only sales then?
they're like, that's not what we do here. And
Yeah.
his I think he was just like, well, I'm Garth Brooks. I make the rules, and like,
Yeah.
we're Apple. No, you don't.
Right.
So how does he sell his albums then? I mean,
Well,
if not-
he actually tried to. This is how dumb he is. He built a website where he actually. I'm making the term up, but like instead of MP3s, they were like Garth P3s. But I'm making that up. But
GP3s.
Yeah,
but it was
GP.
He invented his own format.
What?
And had his fans buy it just directly from him.
Wow.
But he just signed. You can buy his music digitally, and now I'll give him a nice plug. He just signed an exclusive. He's now you can buy his albums digitally at Amazon.
Oh, they let him do it.
So
Okay.
now, if you see a lot of these videos here, these stupid shit, you see Amazon logos behind him.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
It's because he finally, like, we're talking about a guy who got into the digital music world like 3 months ago.
Yeah, literally.
Well, like that video
and
we were
social
playing.
media.
Yeah.
I got.
And his new albums don't sell.
Did you see that? He was so angry. Is that supposed to happen?
Me, happy birthday to G.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, you see that by the way? Okay.
Hey, look at the rage on his face when,
when
somebody
that,
knocks.
When that knock happens, and
Look
he
at the
goes-
rage.
and he's like, "Is that supposed to happen?" Look at it.
I got.
Whoever's knocking on the fucking door when I'm doing my
And he probably watched
goddamn
it thinking it's so
Studio G
funny.
updates.
Is that supposed to happen?
Who the fuck?
Fake fun.
Studio
Thank God nothing unexpected happened for that G alert.
Oh my God.
G alert.
So
They're
yeah, it
never
was
big.
because like the arena in my hometown's 23,000.
That's
so,
crazy.
So I'll bet he was just like, whoever runs this shit is just like 23,000. Like that's not even worth our time.
Yeah.
So he's like, we'll do 2, because some friends of mine went, and they said like the stairway, it's like it was like congested because people leaving and coming in, and he does a long show too. He's like the shows were 23,000 people, 2 sold out shows, one 6:30, one 9:30.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
He did that video. I don't think we have the drop where he's talking about. He's like, people email me that like during the show, they'll be looking at the guy doing the lighting, and they're like, "Look at that guy."
Oh my God.
And it's like, yeah, man. I mean, that's what people. They get into everybody. They're not just there for me. They're looking at the lighting guy, and they're looking at the
Because
ushers.
he's trying to give credit to the
Yeah.
lighting guy, the grip guy. These are the ones that are doing the work. I'm not doing the work. I'm just the front man.
Happy birthday to G.
So give them the money.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Chop it up.
Right.
Yeah, it's like he's the one really doing the work. The lighting man gets 30% now.
What about this man right here? Are you a fan of?
So what is your regimen now? What exactly
You
are
like
you
Tim
doing
McGraw?
to stay in
not
fighting
not
shape?
really.
'Cause
No. I
obviously
mean, I
you
don't
are,
dislike
and I
him.
would
He
like
actually
to
had
ask
a
you to pull your shirt up, but I think that would be a
That's
little
kind of
weird.
gay, isn't it?
But can I just
He had a hit
check
this year,
out?
this past year,
Uh-uh.
written by
Yeah, I've been
a friend
hearing
of mine.
about
Does a
your
great song. but-
six-pack.
What is
gonna
she
touch him?
doing?
Oh Lord,
That's so
impressive.
weird.
Seriously,
weird.
That was weird.
Yeah, a friend of mine who I'm playing a gig with next week in Nashville, a charity gig, he just opened up for him, and I saw a video of it on Instagram. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, don't you feel like country music nowadays is almost underground music? Like the big stars aren't like the real world big stars. Like,
Yeah.
But they fucking pack arenas wherever they
Pack
go.
arenas,
But like
man.
these guys wouldn't hold a candle fame wise to like a Kim Kardashian or a Kanye or any of those
Right.
guys. You know, it's like they're not in.
Or Lady Gaga, but they probably
Yeah.
do as much business,
Oh,
don't
they
they?
like. I'll bet Garth Brooks is literally 20, 50 times bigger than Lady Gaga. But
Right,
Lady
it's
Gaga's
so
in the news all the
Right. Yeah.
Look
Well,
how
they're
white his
fan-
teeth
yeah,
are. Those
yeah.
look good.
But like if Garth Brooks has had all those diamond records, I mean, Gaga, Katy Perry, they've never had
no,
even half that.
By the way, nobody would ever allow what Katie Couric. If it had been the reverse, if it had been like a guy interviewer, being
Just
like,
a touch.
Can I
just touch you? Super weird.
Your tits look great. You mind if I just grab them a little bit?
Right.
Wow, they are. They're real natural. Yeah,
super weird.
That is.
But you're right. It is something that Garth didn't adapt to this digital era. I mean,
Well,
Lady Gaga.
his new album's called Man vs. Machine.
Well, versus, right? There's an adversarial attitude towards social media.
Yeah, the machine won.
The machine, right? Because Lady Gaga is on Twitter, and she's got gazillion, millennials, and Garth didn't get that audience, I guess, huh?
But not to be on iTunes, you're not in the game.
Crazy.
You know what I'm
Not to be on Spotify.
Yeah, that's
kids
weird.
nowadays just make Spotify playlists.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, to me, he was
That's
kind of the
dope.
turning point when everything turned. Because remember, they used to hook his fat ass up to those fucking wires, and he would fly through the arena. Because that's not like what Willie Nelson never did that shit. He tried to turn it into Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
So to me, he was the first one to kind of turn country into sellout music.
To suckify. So do you think that Garth Brooks is responsible for the suckification of country music?
I think he was the beginning of it. I mean,
Yeah.
in a weird way, now compared to the shit that's out there now, he sounds like fucking Woody Guthrie, He sounds like, he sounds old school compared to what's out there now. But at the time, I just remember being in high school in Kentucky and you'd walk into a room and the teachers and the kids together were singing Friends in Low Places. Like it was like Glee or something. Like it was the biggest fucking song in the world. And I remember just hating those fucking songs.
Yeah.
And they just sounded, because he'd come to town and you don't want to listen to what your parents listen to. My parents would go to the show and aunts and uncles and it was more for parents.
Yeah,
kind of.
you guys are lame.
It was like little kids. I don't want to go to that. It was like little kids and parents.
Where in Kentucky was it?
Lexington, which is a big city. Where I'm from.
Yeah. This is by the way, a super example, very clear of the dynamic that exists within the country, at least the popular country culture. Is this interviewer, and you'll see
Harry, you are so beautiful.
Oh my God.
You know you're my fellow Oklahoma girl. I was your age not too long ago. Now people just
So
tell
here's
me
a
to
question.
take off my shorts, put on some
Not to interrupt, but look at that row of women.
Yeah.
Why is she the star? Is her voice better than the rest of those girls? Probably not. But yeah, you can tell by the faces which one gets to be the star.
Right. Yeah, you sure can.
Good point.
Yeah.
Wait, so who's this blonde
So
talking?
this is Carrie Underwood here.
I don't know that other girl.
And then this one right here, I don't know. But obviously
She's
everybody
got that
knows
little
her.
baby voice.
Yeah, probably in a reality
Now
show.
people just tell me to take off my shorts, put on some normal jeans, and get off the hood of their car.
I mean, that's just that's like slang. I don't know what is that in English.
I'm just gonna go and see if there's
Look at
any
these people's
imperfections.
faces.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, perfect. Just like my girls from Oklahoma.
This is an arena of people,
Jeez.
And people watch that as entertainment.
Now, can you imagine if from there she's like, "All right, y'all," and now here's Wheeler Walker Jr.
That'd be
with
great.
finger up my butt.
I would love
See,
that.
That's what I'm really trying. That's what
I would
getting
love
on the
that.
charts is a big deal for me because I like knowing that someone like that's manager had to get up on Monday morning and go, "You're number 11."
Yeah.
Well, I'm not in the top 10. Who's number 10? And they're like, "Don't tell her,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And they're like, "Fuck," So, but it is. I will say, in fairness, there's a lot of kind of big country artists who are fans and who. What pisses me off too is they call me or get to me through their people and fucking because they want to look cool. What you're doing is so fucking badass, and I'm like, put on a fucking t-shirt, tweet about it. Don't keep it to your fucking self. It's like a cool thing to say you're a fan of mine.
Right.
But they don't want to lose.
They're scared.
They're scared to mention it.
That's what the thing is. I think that fear exists more in country. Like other genres of music, they wouldn't be.
You
got
to remember too that, and if you haven't seen it, I always recommend this movie, this documentary, the Dixie Chicks. I forget the title of the documentary, but when they got banned from country music, they're still gone from country music.
People hate them still.
Yeah, that's great because they spoke out against
the war.
The war, which by the way,
Bush, right?
But
was it Bush?
Yeah,
that
it was
far
Bush.
ago?
Yeah.
But I don't want to get political, but that's what Trump ran on. Is what they said.
Yeah. Wow.
So what they're saying is what everyone now agrees with, and they still can't come back.
Well, let me ask you this. You brought your guitar. Would you mind playing a song?
Yeah. Okay. Why don't I play? Here's what I want to play because I want to preface it by saying something. I don't know if you guys knew this. It's kind of a big deal. I blew up on Black Twitter 2 weeks ago. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
Black Twitter, yeah, sure.
So I have a song from the first record called "Fuck You, Bitch."
Yeah.
And somebody from the people who make my records called me up like, "What's going on with your first record?" Because the new one just came out. Like, why is your first record selling a bunch? And I have no idea. I looked and they go, you blew up on Black Twitter.
Wow.
And I didn't know what that was. And apparently it's kind of like just the rest of the world is like shit gets hot in the like Black Instagram and Black Twitter first. And
Wait, there's Black Instagram too?
Well, I mean, it's it's not separate, but it's within the.
Yeah, well, this one dude, his name was Daquan or something.
Yeah, he's a big meme guy.
He posted he posted "fuck you, bitch," and it got like 200 million views.
Wow, it's crazy.
And it was that song from the first record went back up the charts while my new one was coming out. So I know you got
Street Watchers and all those guys.
Yeah, I know you guys got a lot of Black fans. So.
Yeah, go for it, man.
We do have a few.
We're gonna get a real taste right now.
Oh my god.
Awesome here, by the way.
Yeah, what's up?
Which is one of the perks of playing. You gotta see what Gibson made.
Yeah.
Look at this.
What's this? What are we seeing?
I gotta show it to you first.
Okay.
Oh
Whoa.
wow, that's gorgeous.
Someone made that for you.
Gibson now gives me free guitar.
Nuh-uh.
Wow.
He said, and
at what point does that happen, though?
I think when my first album was in the top 10, a Gibson rep called, so a friend introduced me to someone at Gibson.
Wow, I'm gonna take a picture of you with your Gibson.
Yeah,
he has his
we
name.
Also need a picture of me and Tom together.
Yeah,
so
to
people will
prove. Let me ask you also before you play it, what? So you're in Kentucky, you're in Nashville, growing up. Are you always playing music then, growing up?
I was always playing music, and then so I was always playing, and I was more of a rock guy, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I got my headphones off, so let me know if I'm not close enough to the mic.
No, you're good.
But for some reason, when I played and sang, I could always sing better. It always sounded more natural when I played country. I didn't have a good rock voice.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like a killer like guitar. I had nothing to offer really for.
Yeah.
Like I love Zeppelin, but there's nothing like I can't be Robert Plant. I can't be Jimmy Page, but I could kind of hold my own within the country stuff. But yeah, they called me. They said if you only play Gibson guitars, we'll give you all the Gibsons you want. And we'll make you a custom one. I go, that sounds like a fucking because Gibson and Martin are the two best acoustics.
Yeah,
it's like Mercedes, BMW. It doesn't matter.
It's a beautiful guitar.
And were you already? So you already had some Gibsons though. You were playing Gibsons.
Yeah, I was actually playing a Martin at the time, and I told them I had a Martin. They're just like, keep it in your house and don't play it in public, and we're fine. I said, they didn't make me bash it or throw it away.
Yeah.
Just don't play it.
Yeah, it was really cool of them. And
so you're gonna play.
Every time I get this thing out, I'm still amazed that they made this.
Amazing. It's beautiful. You're gonna play "Fuck You, Bitch."
Yeah, just because it's really easy to play on acoustic.
Okay.
Make sure I'm in tune first. How's it sound?
Sounds beautiful. Yeah.
That's the Gibson sound. You say we're done. You packed up your stuff. It's really over. Said you've had enough. There's one thing I'd like to say before you leave. Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart. Fuck your friends for tearing us apart. Fuck your dog. Hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch. Hope you wind up alone. Now you're gone, and I'm by myself, jerking off to pictures on my cell. But before I swipe on your face, I just scream, hey. Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart. Fuck your friends for tearing us apart. Fuck your dog. Hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch. Hope you wind up alone. Word is out. You found someone new. Well, I hope he does it for you. But if not, and you call me up, darling, please. Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart. Fuck your friends for tearing us apart. Fuck your dog. Hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch. Hope you wind up alone. Fuck you, bitch. Hope you wind up hanging alone.
Amazing.
Wow.
That was fantastic. That's great, man.
That was beautiful.
really great.
Thank you for doing that.
Sound okay?
I loved it.
Yeah, it sounded great, man.
You know what I love? It does harken back to, I mean, at least what little I know of country music, kind of the OG themes of like, I hope your fucking dog dies. You know, it's the heartbreak
that's
and
what
the drama.
I appreciate that because that was kind of my whole point, which is, you know, you get dumped by a girl, and you know, if whether it's your fault or not, let's just assume it was my fault. When she dumped me, like I was being an asshole. Your first thought is like, oh fuck you, bitch. You know, it's like in your head. It's not like women are bitches, you know. But it's just like,
yeah, fuck you for hurting me.
You're just, it's almost empowering in a weird way. Like you have that much control over me, you know. Like fuck you, bitch. I'm like, because I grew up, you know, with country, but I also grew up, you know, the hip hop world.
Of course,
was out there. It's like, why can't we talk openly and uncensored about? If I'm feeling that, a million other people got to be feeling it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
so
for
just why censor it? When
I got to ask this, we haven't, because you mentioned your family multiple times, and we're looking at these posters and the tracks and everything. What do they think of this music? Like, what does your mom think of Wheeler?
Well, I have
songs.
Because of all, I've had all this fun on podcasts. I started doing a podcast, and we're still working out the kinks, but it's up on iTunes and shit. But I did interview my dad on it, and they don't love it. I did play. They came to a couple Nashville gigs, and
dude,
I'll tell you what's fucking weird is a whole big audience singing along to "Fuck You, Bitch" while your mom, because I got my shades on, you know, and I can see all I'm watching is my mom. I'm looking down like she can't tell.
Yeah,
and I'm just watching my mama, you know.
Oh, geez.
And
she's got a weird. I've never seen her. She's never made this face before or since, but the face was. It's a weird mix of like, I'm proud that, you know, there's a whole giant room of people singing along mixed with what did I do wrong to make him sing like this?
Yeah.
And she's watching them go to the merch booth buying T-shirts and shit. So I've never seen so much I'm proud and disgusted at the same time. Like she got both expressions on her face really well.
Go to thousandranch.com and buy some tickets to see those big mushy purples.
There's my dad plugging Christina's website.
Yeah. But don't you think that, you know, once your mom sees how successful you are, that you can be like, Mom, this is the house that Fuck You Bitch built. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he ain't built a house yet. And that once I buy them a house, maybe it'd be better. But I will say, yeah, I mean, if my songs were like she gets it, you know, it'd be different if I had a hit song with, you know, like women are cunts or just, you know, something like that, you know, or just like my mom's got a hairy bush or something, you know, she understands where I'm coming from, whether or not she digs it.
Yeah.
Because her reaction is like, you got such a pretty voice, and why don't you just keep it clean? I'm always like, what's my thing is, and again, back to thanking you guys, it's just like, now that you got YouTube and streaming services, like why do I need to
But
keep
the
it?
funny thing is, like, there's levels, like, I'm thinking for, like, as a parent, too, there's levels of language where it's like, oh, my son curses, you know? And then there's, like, I'm the pussy king, and, like, finger up my butt.
Finger up my butt was definitely the weirdest one, where they're just like, I don't know if do you want to hear the origin of that song, which is, I was hanging out with a buddy of mine in Nashville, and he writes kind of hit songs for country artists.
Yeah.
And he was saying this one big star who's I can't name was just like, he was talking about, you know, these young girls on the road, kind of what I'm singing about. And he's like, you know, but these young girls, they don't know what they're doing. He's like, sometimes you just want to finger up your ass. Mm-hmm. And everyone in the room's laughing, and I'm the only one who's looking at him like, that's a song, you know, like a guy who's just like, he can get any girl he wants, but
but she doesn't know how to do it right.
But what he wants is a finger up his fuck, you know, like you can never get what you want. Like this dude just can only get off with a finger up his ass, and I was like, again, I guess I'm the only guy in country music who would say that's a song right there. But I think they're definitely, although they don't want to bring it up, like, because even though I sing me, it's a first person song, it's about somebody else. But I think my parents are kind of looking at me like, do you get off on a finger up your
of course they are.
Of course they're thinking
Yeah, they're
that.
worried.
Like when did Wheeler start doing that?
Yeah,
I wonder if it
because
was high school.
if you want to know the truth, which is I've heard people say that they actually enjoy at the doctor. Like I fucking hate that. Like I'm the
checkup?
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's pleasurable.
I know people who say they fucking dug it.
They dug the checkup. I mean, I could see if they could say they're digging it during sex, but like the checkup.
Yeah, I don't want nothing near my ass. So I mean,
I don't either.
I pride myself on my honesty, but I guess I'm just proving that one's not. That one's about somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely that.
But that's another universal theme. I mean, I think a lot of men would it resonates with I want a finger in my butt.
Yeah, I think the bigger idea was, again, not the specific part of it, but just the idea of just like the weird shit people are into.
I wonder how many people like in these towns you go to end up there because someone else is like, hey, you know, this guy like's gonna be in town, and like I got tickets. And he's like, he's a singer, yeah, he's great, and someone's just like, all right, I'll go, and they're just, you know, they're in the country, and they're just like, let's see what this dude's all about. And then,
well, the best part is all the the dudes with the backward baseball hats singing, because we end the show with "Which one of you queers gonna suck my dick," and watching a whole crowd of just like dudes just like scream that at me.
Yeah, that's
just
awesome.
Like, what are they gonna do with that energy? Are they gonna go home and blow each other? I don't even. I don't
hope
really,
so. Yeah,
I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, I have noticed as the crowd's expanding more, we're definitely seeing more women and more diverse crowd because those first, especially the first dates on that first tour, it was just meat. It was a sausage. I mean, it's just dudes, which you can't really put out shit like this and complain when it's all dudes.
Well, I mean, look, honestly, as a lady, I would be like, gosh, this guy's really funny. I feel like I get it. I don't know if I would go to a show because I'm like, is it going to be a bunch of dudes? Are they gonna
tear me apart?
Yeah, like the
no, it's
Pussy
not.
King
It's
show.
not like that.
But you're
Yeah.
saying there's women there, so that's great.
What it is, I think, is now. I think it's like a liberating. It's like I work all fucking week, and then Friday night I'm gonna get drunk and listen to these fucking. And I'm gonna. It's good music. I'm gonna dance and sing about pussy.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's song. Listen, I mentioned plenty of dicks, and you know.
Right. There's dicks and pussies, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good time for. Actually, I forgot to. My manager was gonna text and say which shows were hurting the most, so I could mention them here, but he never texted back. So
you should fire his ass.
I'm trying to think what it's. The audiences are so weird too because we do fine in the South, but our best audiences for whatever reason are the fucking West Coast.
Really?
We sell out all up and down the West Coast.
So are ours, West Coast.
West Coast is great.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's just that you don't get much country. I guess.
Possibly, or maybe just your themes resonate. You know.
Yeah, maybe they like it up the ass here a little bit more.
Maybe,
a little bit.
A little more honest about it. About what they like. By the way, how much effort do you think, like, what type of thinking, planning, and time goes into Johnny Depp getting ready to go out?
I know.
Like, look at the amount of
he's
shit
from my
done.
hometown.
What?
Is he really?
And I knew his cousin, and his cousin's last. I don't want to say the guy's name, but I thought Depp was a stage name. It's not. I know his cousin. His last name is Depp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this like? Just the coordination.
Well, he's dressing like the pirate that he plays.
Yeah,
now. He's
but
becoming Jack
all
Sparrow.
these fucking scarves and
I know.
Like,
What did he say the other day that he was going to like shoot the president?
Yeah, he made like some, and then he issued an apology the next day.
Yeah, you got to watch that shit because they can.
Yeah, you can't say that shit, man.
Well, you don't want to be,
especially if you're like that famous.
If you're like that guy he's probably doing drugs all the time. You can't have this Secret Service fucking watching you all the time.
No. Yeah, he was like, when was the last time an actor shot the president? We should do that again.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's actually really hard to do, to accessorize like that. Like,
That's what
you've
I'm
got to have
saying.
good
Like
style.
that looks like that's theoretically just a shot that somebody grabbed, but that looks fucking posed as hell.
Right, and that's just him at that thing. But I mean,
all this bullshit. You got to take all this off to shower.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
He's
that's what
not
I think.
showering.
Imagine meeting a girl,
key thing.
if you meet a girl and just fuck her after this, like she's gonna get her ass fucking bruised with all that metal banging against her.
It's just like
it's a lot.
The thing that I don't buy about this at all is that he's just like, I just put this on, like this, I got up and I got dressed. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I grabbed my key, attached it to a chain, and put it around my neck.
I got my 8 scarves out, and I got out my 15 wristbands and necklaces.
I think he's trying to be Keith Richards. I heard that before. Is that he really idolizes?
He loves
Keith
him.
Richards.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
that character, the Pirates character, is supposed to be based on Keith Richards.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what it is too. And I think Keith Richards is honestly, like actually does probably fucking sleep
In
just
that shit?
and a bunch of shit, and then
Yeah.
just grabs shit to go. Like
Yeah.
he's probably legit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That takes so much energy.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
always
saying.
admire that level of accessorizing on
Yeah.
women. Like, God, it took a lot of thought.
But for a dude?
It's not useful. Like, I swim a lot, and I
Yeah.
have to take off every fucking tchotchke and
It's too
and the
crazy.
earrings, and
Isn't
it's
it
too
crazy
much.
too that he's like he's like the star, but he's like a kid's star basically. You know?
This guy? Yeah.
I mean,
The
he's like
Pirates.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
fucking dude who looks like that. Who's like his big hits are all kids movies now, right?
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's like Willy Wonka and stuff.
True.
So crazy.
Do you wanna do one more before we bounce?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's
of course,
fantastic.
we love it.
I'll do one off the new record.
Yeah. What's it called?
This one's called Summers in Kentucky. Sometimes people get a couple radio stations. Occasionally, you'll see them in the charts, and some of the titles of the songs are clean.
Yeah.
And get themselves in a little FCC trouble by playing.
Oh, because they'll just be like, "Oh, Summer's in Kentucky. We can play that."
Oh, he's
This
on
sounds
the
great.
Billboard charts, and Summers in Kentucky's nice.
That's really funny.
There's a video for this too that I was really happy with.
And by the way, the one you sang before, what was the first? Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck You, Bitch.
That has a video.
That's a video.
Yeah, that's a
and
good video.
That one shot up. That one had like I said, Black Twitter must be huge because we had a huge couple weeks of that.
That's awesome, man. So this is Summers in Kentucky off the
great.
new album Old Wheeler.
Old Wheeler. Buy it on iTunes or Amazon or my website because we're having trouble. Like those charts, and not to kiss my own ass, but I will. Those charts mean something to me because it's not a level playing field. It's my fault, but all those other guys are selling out at fucking Starbucks, Walmart, Best
Right.
Buy. And there's giant racks of fucking, Chris Stapleton, who I love Stapleton, but he's got giant racks of his shit at Walmart that people throw in their cart.
Yeah.
He's selling 50,000 a week at just Walmart. you know?
Damn.
And I fucked it up by singing this garbage. This is Summers in Kentucky.
All right.
Sneaking out of my house, I was just 16. Met you in the dark down by the creek. We mess around until we got cold feet. Summers in Kentucky, they were hard to beat. 25 years later, our lives have changed. Meeting girls on the road who are half my age. Sometimes I think about the creek when I'm on stage. Summers in Kentucky, man, I miss that place. Used to press your pussy up against my mouth. Now you've had a couple kids and it's all stretched out. Starting to think we could figure it out. Summers in Kentucky, wanna be back now. If you ever feel like ditching your man, grab your kids, hit the road with the country band. There's room for all y'all inside of my van. We can start our lives all over again. Heard you gained a few, got saggy tits, but who am I to say, 'cause I've aged like shit. That's why I think we'd be the perfect fit. Summers in Kentucky, man, I sure miss. I'd give up on the pussy and the young shaved muff. Bring your flabby ass back, that would be enough. You and I both are looking pretty rough. The summers in Kentucky, man, I miss that stuff.
Wow.
I think my favorite part is that you mentioned before you sang it that there's some trouble. I could just see a program director
That's about
scrambling from his office into the booth.
That's about as far as I go with the serious song before it turned, because that's a song. I was back in Kentucky and around Thanksgiving, and a bunch of my friends were like, "Let's go to our high school reunion." I'm like, I didn't want to go, but I'm with them. Like, let's just go. And it was that same old thing, like, you know, there's the hot girl from high school, and like, man, she looks disgusting. And then we're like, of course, we're all just like, look at us, we're fucking worse. And also like, we'd still fuck her. And she'd had 12 kids and 4 marriages or whatever it was, and we're just like, you know, I don't think I could have written that song without that kind of stretched out pussy language, you know.
Yeah.
It's a different song, you know, like.
But that definitely, the visual of people just being like, oh, it's on the charts, press play, and having them
you know,
be like, oh my God.
What we did for fun was what you do is, I don't know how much you know about radio, but you do this where you have a big announcement where that the song's going to radio.
Yeah.
Then the next week in the trade, you'll put out, you know, like 50 ads, like how many stations added across the country.
Yeah.
So we actually sent that song to country radio, and then took out a big ad the next week that said, you know, put my pictures that said, thanks to country radio, 0 ads. Because we got added to 0 stations.
Wow, very controversial.
Because that week, what they do is they on these fucking stupid like
0 stations.
Yeah, Billboard puts the charts. You know, so and so got, you know, Garth got, the G-Man got 50 ads, whatever. And they usually don't print it because everyone got 0. They usually don't print 0, but they printed me. Wheeler Walker Jr., Summers in Kentucky, 0 ads.
Wow. That's too bad. That's their loss, because I really think your song does, like you say, reflect reality. I mean, that is, your tits get soggy, you have kids.
Yeah, it's almost like, but it's like
it's
2017. Why can't you say dirty word? I mean, I understand that it's the
Silly.
law. It's the law, but I mean,
silly.
Why can't you fucking curse? I mean,
It's
I see
really funny, man.
SNL like kind of skirting around it, you know? Like,
I know.
I saw Chappelle doing some crazy shit on there.
Yeah, why can't you just say pussy? It's not, who cares?
And here's what I don't understand is, and what I said before is like, I heard pussy on Meet the Press. I heard Trump saying, you know, to play that clip.
Right.
It's like, so if I said it in like a mean way, it would work.
I guess if it's a pejorative way, right?
It's still funny,
towards
like
women.
I've seen it like in a meme or something, but it's still kind of crazy that now when they talk about that pussy audio and that clip, they're like one of the guys in this conversation got fired,
right?
And the other guy's president of the United States, like the guy that actually said it is president, but we're still gonna act like it's something that nobody can say or hear, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
sad.
You could. I mean, I just assumed like everyone else. It was you can't say grab him by the. And I just that he's always like, you know, I'm the smartest fucking guy. I'm like, I'm so smart. It's like you bragged about grabbing people by the pussy with a microphone on.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
not smart.
Get in the game.
This smart.
That was a great song.
That was awesome.
It was really funny.
Yeah. Well, listen to the listeners. Listen to the album version, because the producer did an amazing job on that one. I felt like.
Well, check it out. Look, get the album. It's called Old Wheeler Walker Jr. And go see him live in concert. Go to WheelerWalkerJr.com. And also, while you're at it, pick up the old one, the first one, Redneck Shit.
But I can't thank
really
you guys
funny.
enough, because, like I said, it's been this podcast world that's really keeping me alive. There's no one else that'll have me.
They're gonna support you for sure, man.
And it's this whole new. It's almost like underground radio in a way. It's this whole.
Oh,
new,
yeah.
It is. Yeah.
This whole new thing which people are underestimating. You know, like
they've been underestimating it, but they're starting to come around.
I think so, but like I said, I had a top. You're not going to get any other top 10 country artists stopping by here, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
But it's
you're a first.
But it's like they should.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? You know.
Well, they're smart. You're a trailblazer. You're unique. You're an outcast, and I think that's why people appreciate your work.
Thank you. I hope it keeps going, because
here's yeah. Oh, it's going to.
I got to make this money back.
No, you're going to. Check it out. Check out. Thank you guys as always for listening to our Palmcast.
Palmcast.
And here's Ass Liquor by R. Pats on the way out of here. Again, thank you to our guest Wheeler Walker Jr.
Thank you for being
Thanks
here.
for
It
having
was
me.
great.
This is a great Palmcast.
Thank you very much.
All I'm saying is, why is it gay for a female, for a man to be okay with his female licking his ass during sex? Shit. Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you heard, bitch. I'm an ass nigga. Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you heard, bitch. I'm an ass nigga. Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you heard, bitch. I'm an ass nigga. Fuck what you heard, bitch. Fuck what you heard me. I'm an ass nigga. If my nigga would let me lick his ass, I would lick the shit out of his ass like niggas eat pussy. You say that shit gay. And you got to be honest, fellas. It feel good to have your ass licked. Shit, fuck what you heard me. Fuck what you heard me. I'm an ass nigga. Fuck what you heard me. Fuck what you heard me. I'm an ass nigga. Fuck what you heard me. Fuck what you heard me. I'm an ass nigga. Fuck what you heard me. Fuck what you heard me. I'm an ass nigga.
Nick my ass. Nick my ass. Nick my ass. Nick my ass. Nick.
Well, what's in it for me?
Knowing that you're blowing your husband's mind.
Would you wax it?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah.
I get to lick your ass.
Shit. Fuck what you heard me. Fuck what you heard me. I'm an ass nigga.